Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Call of the Netherdeep here on Dork Tales. Hope you're all doing well tonight. It is very warm in this room where I am, and so I'm a little sweltery. So hi everybody, I'm Kelly. I'm your dungeon master. How you seeing him? And I'm excited to be here tonight because we have not streamed in about a week. Quick channel update. Some of us are sick, some of us are moving, so we haven't had game in a few days. Thanks to everybody who put out the messages of support. We also have had some family problems, some big drama stuff basically, that have kept us from streaming, and I really appreciate everybody who has taken the time to not leave us, thank you, and to leave nice messages and to be wonderful people. So thank you so much for that. And we'll talk more about that in a second during the announcements, but why don't we go ahead and do a quick round, starting with Robin.
Hello everyone, I'm Robin. I use she, her, or they, them pronouns, and tonight I am playing Keiko Scar, our Goliath Bard. And yes, I got home like an hour ago. But yeah, my grandmother had a small stroke this morning, so she's been in the hospital all day. So it's been a very stressful day. And I was debating whether or not I was gonna be able to do game or not, but I'm here. But I was like, can't do costume tonight. But you get casual Robin. You get casual Robin today.
Casual Keiko. Nice. All right. Hello, Krista.
Hi, hello, I'm Krista. You can use she, her, or they, them pronouns for me. My thing is I'm in the middle of a move, and so apologies that it's been a little crazy. I'm very happy that Robin is here because this game isn't the same without them.
All right, let's go down to Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris. It's Chris. I go by he, him, or they pronouns. Sorry, just a little under the weather, but doing all right. And tonight I will be playing Dorlin, who is the hyper not focused gnome artificer who is in danger right now. A lot of danger.
Nice. And finally, last but not least, Caitlin.
Hello, I'm Caitlin. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I'll be playing Zarya Ray, the blood cleric of the group.
Nice.
And I'm not wearing contacts today, so you get a little bit of glasses action going on.
That's okay. It looks good.
Thanks.
Zarya went to Lens Crafters. She had an hour.
Yeah, I was gonna maybe just do my smaller ones, but that's fine.
It's fine. You get to wear your hipster cred.
Lenscraft just sounds like some kind of magic.
Yeah, it's artificing.
I took proficiency in lens crafting.
I did. I use the lens craft. I'm just thinking of artificers who give up on their dreams now and become lens crafters technicians. I planned to build a super weapon, but then I decided just to focus lasers into eyes.
That's canon in Elos now. We need to go find a lens crafter.
Canon in Exandria. All right, so what other announcements do we have? So my week has been crazy. I didn't elaborate earlier, but Christine, who you probably all know on the channel, got COVID last week, and so in order to not get COVID, I've been living in the living room, which is good because this is where it's for, right? Like this is the place. And I have been sleeping on the couch for a week, and it is very warm, and it smells great in here. I'll just put it that way. I need to buy some Febreze. So yeah, it's been a hell of a week for me, and I am exhausted, but thank you so much. And thanks to everybody on Patreon who saw the really cool special surprise that the rest of the world will be seeing in a bit, probably on June 1st. I can't wait
for everybody to see it.
Yeah, so also hello everybody to chat who came back tonight. It's wonderful to see you all, especially some new people. So we're gonna be starting game in just a second, and quick reminder of what has come. I'm trying to remember, are there any other announcements? I think the only one is that we are doing Onyx PathCon, so the weekend of the 10th, 11th, 12th, this channel is going to be streaming content for Onyx Path and their convention. So Onyx Path is a game company that puts out all sorts of stuff like the They Came From series. They do a lot of stuff for Paradox Interactive, like Mage the Ascension, and the Chronicles of Darkness line, and things like Exalted and stuff like that. So also Scion and Aberrant. So we're running some content of their games on this channel. Other people are running some stuff. So come, it'll be a good weekend. We do it every summer with them, and it's a lovely thing to do with them. And then I'll have some other special announcement about my friendship with Onyx Path very soon, because I think the only thing I'm legally allowed to say is that I now kind of work for them freelance, which is kind of fun. But the exact information, I can tell you what book, but I'm not going to. But you know what? It's super. Thanks for asking. All right. So, does anybody else have any announcements?
I mean, I see 3 really cool new emotes on our Twitch chat. That's a pretty fun little announcement of Kelly. Which, yes, I think Trizalta pointed out the one where you're making that face is when Christine rolls a nat 20 in combat.
It is. Yeah, that was. I already think I got the references for the photo.
Nice.
And Chandra, you support me enough, and I might run Exalted. Who knows? All right, let's drink some water. I will try not to be scattered tonight. I am feeling a little exhausted. I'm not sick as far as I know, or I'm not testing positive, but I am tired all the time. So who knows?
So you're just a millennial.
Just a millennial.
That emote of Kelly, like just being like this, I feel like that's going to be the most accurately used emote in this channel.
It really is.
Very much.
Yeah.
All right, you ready to start some Call of the Netherdeep?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's do this. And if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, drop them in the chat or drop them in our private chat on Ping. Also, quick thank you to Ping, which is a fantastic streaming service that allows people like us to stream to you in high def. As you can see, we're much more highly defined than we are on other streams that we do using things like Zoom. So thank you so much to Bryn and everybody at Ping for letting us use their software and their services or whatever it is. Ping's great. But
And they're very adorable
fantastic
mascot.
for the non-makeup look tonight.
Do you want me to put a filter on you?
Beautiful.
There
No,
you go.
okay.
Yeah. The beauty filter.
I can't put this one thing in Zoom is I could put on pretend makeup.
Yeah, maybe we should give
There
some
you go.
feedback to Bryn about Ping and just be like, hey, can we have a Goliath filter?
Yeah, there you
you're
go.
Goliath.
Yeah,
Mm.
get in there.
that could work. I'd be down with that. All right, so folks, we are going to start Call of the Netherdeep. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Dork Tales. Last time on Call of the Netherdeep, you traveled across the wastes of Xhorhas, making it to the gates of Bazzoxan. After departing the Emerald Loop, you had only a brief encounter and arrived at the gates feeling, well, tense, actually. During that brief encounter that you'd had prior, you fought a Gloomstalker, a strange flying creature, one part wyvern, one part shadow beast. In the ensuing fallout from that fight, most of you were fairly unharmed. However, it led to an altercation between Irvin from the rival party and Valis, your drow compatriot. As tensions continued to mount, your parties began to feel a slight chill between each of you. An awkwardness that was impossible to shake. Perhaps it would have dwelled more heavily on your minds had your first interaction with the town of Bazzoxan not been an immediate call to arms. For no sooner had you arrived at the gates than the sentries along the towers asked whether or not you were willing to work as mercenaries. For Bazzoxan is not only one of the most touched sites by calamity in all of Xhorhas. The reason for your coming here with your vestige of divergence, in fact, is to seek out the truth of the calamity and its connection to that amulet. but it is an active portal to the abyss. The city of Bazzoxan, the town of Bazzoxan, is nothing less than a bulwark against an ancient pit of evil, forged in the calamity there in the heart of a place called Betrayer's Rise. Most of Bazzoxan itself is made entirely of soldiers. What civilians are here are there by knowledge and there to support the fighting men, women, and peoples of this land, usually members of the Aurora Watch. You were called to action. You surged through the streets, and along with the task hand that guided your efforts, you were able to subdue not one, not two, but 5 gibbering mouthers, strange, warbling flesh beings that you saw consume Aurora Watch members whole and spit out nothing but viscera. If they spat anything at all. However, the battle was won, and in doing so, you almost lost Dorlin several times, as no sooner would he arise from incapacitation, only to be sent back into a horizontal state. And with that, you did survive. The task hand checked to make sure that the situation was well in hand, and approached you, greeting you, and giving you his name. He was a drow named Varen Thelis. The task hand asked your purpose for being here, and I believe that is where we stopped game last time. So, alright, then let's start game. Well met, Varen Thelis says to you, as he strides over the bodies of the dissolving forms of the gibbering mouthers. You fought well. I appreciate what you've done here. What brings you to Bazzoxan?
Like, why are we here again, guys? Sorry, my accent just went to New Zealand there again. Fuck. That's what I was thinking. I'm going, Vistra, go away, Vistra.
She's drunk.
The name is Keiko Scar. Yes, there we go. Why are we here again, guys? I honestly don't remember.
Oh, we're following that. The elder said to come here because we're looking. We got to save the guy from the when we found the Vistage, and we need to.
We're trying to figure out more about this one, and then she'll pull out the vestige from her cleavage. I don't actually have it currently physically what we're using for it on me right now.
That's okay. So, pulling out the pendant from beneath your cleavage. Well, you're welcome to head around Bazzoxan as much as you would like. Sorry, I must check in on the rest of town, but please, be safe, explore at your leisure, and if you'd be so kind, come visit me later at the Gatehold Barracks.
Do you need some help? He says, like, barely standing up.
Dolan, we're going to talk about your...
Yes, you sit down right now. You can help later. But you're not going to die on us right now.
While this is all happening, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Dax.
All right, casting Cure Wounds on Dax.
Didn't you put a pool out for Dorlan too?
You did. Yeah, you guys had a...
That pool had 4 charges, I believe. So yeah, there should have been... Dorlan got 2 charges of a d6.
I have 17 hit points written down and 5 temporary.
Yeah, okay, then I think that was including that, so...
Yeah.
Yes, the little marsh that I created has dried up and disappeared.
Yes.
In the meanwhile, enjoy your time here. And
Thank you.
fear not, my friend, he says to you, Dorlin. We have... He tilts his head slightly, his long, drow ears turning almost kind of doggishly to the air. I must be going, but fear not, everything is well underhand. He turns and steps away, and as he does, he pauses for a second and turns and looks at where kind of anyone who is paying attention to the rest of your party, you see that Dax is kind of wading in the healing water, and Valez is kind of standing nearby. He's got... It's never bright out in Bazzoxan. The clouds are always roiling overhead, but even so, he has a bit of his scarf kind of wrapped around him to shield his eyes from the sun, and as well as the scarf that you loaned him. He pauses and looks at Valez. You move quickly down that alley, friend. Impressive. And walks off.
Everyone should... As soon as he's kind of out of earshot,
Yes.
I'm going to kind of lean into everybody. Should we be so openly talking about the vestige? Is this not some powerful thing? Should we be talking about it?
We should talk about it plenty if we want to be knifed, Valez says.
Okay. Well, to be fair, that person did seem to know what they were talking about. And they wanted
Who
to know
knows
why
who
we were
else is
here.
listening?
Ooh, that's...
We can come up with a different reason for being here. We're looking for our uncle. We were sent here to purchase something. We smelled something on the air that told us we should come this way. There are so many reasons that isn't we have a magical artifact.
Destiny.
Destiny is a perfect
Destiny.
example.
Yes, well, Destiny was kind of what I was thinking with that. Anyways, fine. Next time you won't say anything like that. And I'll leave the talking to you, Sabina.
Goody.
I can talk. I mean, that is my job as a bard. I
You
talk.
tried to
Yes, well,
talk in the beginning.
why were we here?
we're looking for our uncle.
We're looking for
No,
a
not
drink.
collectively.
We're looking for Destiny, who
We're
was
looking
a
No, we're not looking for
fine
Destiny
bard.
either.
Could we look for a drink?
All right.
I could use a
Fine.
drink.
Vallis, first off, he was right. You did get past that out of the way rather
Yes,
fast.
calisthenics. Shall we get drunk and talk about this?
If
Or-
that will
Okay.
open you up, yeah, that sounds great.
Look, it would take a lot more than a few drinks for you to open me up.
I could open
I'm
you
going
up.
to put a pin in
Right
this conversation
now.
right this very second.
Meanwhile, it would take
Because
me less
should
drinks for
we
you
be
to pin me.
Should we be finding the other folks that came with us? They were sent off. We don't know where they went. Maybe they're
right, they
in
went-
danger.
To the medical tent?
Mm-hmm.
The infirmary. I think it's down this way because that's where Varen pointed earlier.
Dax could use a couple bandages anyway if they are safe. If not, we should be helping them.
Is Dax?
And so should you. She's going to walk over to Dorlin at this point. Don't
No,
do
I'm fine.
that again. Why did you get in the middle of all of them? And she's going to boop your nose and do a cure wounds, but probably kind of forcefully and with the attempt of knocking you down on your bum.
It'll definitely work. And he'll be,
Nice.
hey, thank you.
You're welcome.
In the
I'm
distance,
I'm just rolling for you.
in the distance, you can
10.
hear the sound of the alarm stopping.
I knew you guys got my back and kept them from getting into the infirmary.
Uh-huh. And once they overrun you, whose fault is that? Oh, this very experienced healer and everybody else couldn't keep this one little shit alive. Oh, they're so great. Plus, then you were dead. I don't
But
want that on my
Sabina?
conscience.
But then maybe the
She's
people in the
scaring you.
infirmary aren't dead. They're the ones who needed help.
They're also being protected by other people. It's not just us.
shouldn't we try to relieve any of the pressure on them? Like,
But
I
not
don't
by
know.
dying ourselves.
No, but if I go in there, like, I've got my armor. I go in there and, like, okay, maybe it didn't work this time, but, like, I'm
Why?
adjusting it, and
There's 5 of them. Anyway,
You went into a really bad tactical position.
yeah, but it kept them from hitting the rest of you.
we'll need to work on it.
I
more.
barely got a scratch on me. Take
Yeah.
a point to like a tiny little scratch. You went down. I could have taken a few.
It was a
Hits.
couple of lucky hits.
Sabina's just slowly inching away as Dax is too, just like tiny steps at a time, just behind Valis.
Oh, Dax, Sabina,
Well, now I need a drink.
I
She's
can
gonna hop
help.
away.
Dorlin will kind of try and hobble towards them slowly.
No, we're perfectly fine. Let's go to the infirmary. The infirmary has bandages. Bandages are very good. And start walking
But I've got
away.
this serum that will. Oh. Nobody else is hurt?
No, I literally have a scratch on me.
Okay, let's get a drink then.
Well,
but-
let's drink on infirmary. Check on the other guys.
Oh, yeah, maybe they need a drink too.
As you head across the town, the geography of Bazzoxan is different than you would expect. Well, I guess in truth, it's nothing like you would have any possibility of expecting. It's built into the base of a rust-red mountain range, just north of the barbed fields. Now, you can see that it was once probably a mining town, given the lush mountain region around here, probably rife with iron and other valuables. But as you look around, you can see that there isn't a single building in the entire city that is not aged, damaged, or in need of extensive repair. Sure, many places have been patched up with plaster or magic, but the wear and tear and utilitarian atmosphere is everywhere. This is a military town, and it has no qualms about has no compulsions to pretend to be anything else. As you wander through town, can I get, there we go. Who has the lowest passive perception out of all of you? Dorlin, what's your passive perception?
That would be a big old 8.
Big old 8. Okay.
Big
As
numbers.
As you're wandering through the center of the city square, kind of making your way toward where the infirmary should be, turning and looking at your friends, you're going to walk first, like head first, into the back of someone who's knelt over in front of you.
Oh, sorry.
Turning, you're going to see the hairy cheeks of a bugbear turning to look at you. You should watch where you're going.
I should. I apologize. We're getting a drink. Do you want one?
Yeah. No, I'm good. And as you're getting a look at this, you see that this bugbear is looking like he's fixing something. On the other side, you can see that there are a couple of tools set around the ground. This bugbear is wearing basically a tank top and a pair of slacks, as well as a couple of cuffs around his wrists, and a tool belt. And he's knelt down next to a drow, sitting in a wheelchair. The drow is still wearing some of the accoutrements of the Aurora Watch, but not the armor. His legs are missing from the thighs down. Keiko.
When you said cuffs, is it like decorative cuffs or handcuffs?
Like basically braces.
Oh, okay. Okay. Not okay, so cool.
So he is quite
Wanted to-
hairy. Just for a bugbear,
Mhm.
kind of picture like if you took Wolverine and stretched him out to like 6.5 feet tall. and just like kept the hair in equal volume. They're
Nice.
they're bushy boys.
Bushy boy.
Looks like
Oh,
yeah.
actually, do you want a hand?
I mean, unless you've got a 10mm wrench, because I can never find mine.
Here you go.
You
Oh,
kidding?
wait, hold on. It's adjustable.
This is Imperial. Nice. Should have known a gnome would have something like this.
Well, what else can we do here? And he's gonna like get in and be like,
Well, you've
"Oh,
got.
I wonder if we could put. Maybe we could put an engine on it.
Yeah, I think the fuel source might be a problem, but if you're here to help, you've got small hands. If you want to reach underneath, you can see where the where the
I'll
back
catch up with the rest of you later. I got work to do here.
Your priorities changed quite quickly.
Also, I don't think we should be splitting up in this town. We can wait until you can fix this.
Okay.
Sure.
And I'm going to like use combination of mending and my own proficiency with tools and just try and
Sounds
assist
good.
and help this
Honestly-
person get back up and running.
Basically, it looks like the axle was made out of cheap pig iron, and it snapped under the weight of constant use, basically. Wear and tear snapped it, so that the wheels aren't actually functioning as they should be.
Okay.
This is a very rudimentary wheelchair. Like modern wheelchairs in our world usually use independently moving wheels. This one is not. This one functions like a cart. The drow that is inside of it is kind of looking down at you with his one good eye. You can see that his face looks like it's had been partially torn off at one point by something with claws, looking like maybe the Vrock you fought last week. A patch haphazardly sits over the empty socket that you can see has fused the flesh along both sides of the cheek.
Dax is gonna like kind of curl up in a little ball, and I'm gonna kind of sit in the little space between all of his paws, and then pull out a flute and just softly play a little ditty.
Sounds good.
Keiko will try and like do like a walking bass line on her axe there for you to try and give you some nice undertone.
Okay.
Can I
Very nice.
with the right supplies, could I make like a or could I even like the bugbear kind of looks like they know what they're doing. Could I make a quick little schematic on how to adjust it so that the wheels would move independently of each other?
Yeah, you can go ahead. Make me an intelligence and tinkerer's tools roll. So intelligence and proficiency.
21, 22, 23, 24.
Nice. So with that, you'll be able to sketch something out super quick that'll do that, as well as using mending, be able to fix the break in the axle pretty quickly.
Yeah, the axle's gonna need to be replaced. The material, I know it might be a bit more expensive, but it's not gonna last long again. But if you have a chance, like maybe later you can try this, and he'll just put it in the bugbear's face or its knee.
Yeah, that could work. Interesting.
It might help relieve the pressure, and so that it won't wear down as quickly and last a little bit longer. Plus, I think it would just be nicer.
Are these ball bearings?
Yeah.
Interesting. I never used ball bearings for that before.
Oh, what do you use them for?
I mean, usually tiddlywinks.
Oh. What's a tiddlywink?
It's like marbles, but better.
Did you say ball bearings or barbarians? Because I don't.
No, we got another use for those. Yeah. Well, thanks, little man. I like this. This is a nicer chair. Lieutenant deserves something like this, don't you? And the drow is going to lean down.
Lieutenant?
Yeah, he was. But now he's he's going to be fine. He's going to be a greeter down at the inn.
Oh, that's lovely retirement. Get to talk to people whenever you like. I'm sure that's lovely.
Thank you. The lieutenant will gasp out, and as he moves, you'll see some of his hair will brush the side, and the scar does not just dance down his cheek. Half of his throat had been ripped out and has been fused over by a combination of magic and fire. Oh, let's get you drinking.
Yeah, I think I owe you a drink for walking into you. Where's a good place to... Wait, where were we going again?
The infirmary.
The
first.
infirmary first.
If you go into the
Right.
infirmary, you're going to head that way down the street. It's the one with the tall roof right there.
Oh,
Right,
thank you.
Thank you, and
Oh,
he'll go to...
and if you're too late, head over there. And he'll point at the back part of town where you're going to see thick plumes of acrid smoke. And as you're looking at it, you realize that there's been a smell you've been smelling this entire time, that those of you who know what the smell of burning flesh is will recognize. Chimneys at the back of a stone building in the corner of town are just feeding black smoke into the sky, which anyone who would know of such a thing might recognize a crematorium.
Oh, well, that's one way to make sure that they don't get raised again.
Is that for the creatures or for the people?
Probably yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's for both.
She's gonna like pull out a piece of fabric and like tie it around her face.
Yeah, let's get going here. He'll start to kind of wander towards the infirmary and then stop, turn around, and be like, "Oh, I'm Dorlin," and he'll like try and shake the bugbear's hand, and
yeah, I'm Tucker.
Tucker, and he'll go up to the lieutenant and just be like, Dorlin.
Yes. Allow me, Dalthiris Chalan. Lieutenant Dow. Sure.
Glad I bumped into you.
Yeah. Thanks for the help. She runs like a beaut. Starts pushing the lieutenant back and forth a little bit. Wiki.
Wonder how fast we would go down any slope. We should race it sometime.
Especially if we put an engine on it. A little
Perhaps
bit
we
of
should go to
gunpowder.
the infirmary first before more people get injured.
Yes,
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We head to the infirmary.
Now, you don't bump into any more people, Dolan, and Keiko will pick Dolan up and put him over a fireman style.
Oof.
Dorlin's tired. He's just gonna be like, oh, okay. Oh, this makes me think of Maggie.
Right.
Well,
As well.
hopefully we'll see her soon.
Right. Making your way across town, you can see that there are 3 buildings on the center of the central perimeter, marked with the symbol of a hand alight with magic. This identifies them as places of healing to you. You'll recognize this if easily, no check, nothing. The walls are lined with shelves that hold old books and medical supplies. The floor is crammed with narrow cots. There's a small office near the back. Its door ajar. The air in here reeks of medical poultices. As you enter, you will see that nearby on one of the beds, a drow priest dressed in long robes, is, well, they're long robes that are kind of tied over with bits of cloth to kind of keep the volume of the cloth kind of held tight up against the body, is chatting with a female drow whose Aurora watch, armor, and satchel are kind of stacked nearby in a neat pile. There's not a single empty bed inside of this infirmary, although most of the wounded patients here are asleep. As you enter, the priest turns and notices you, smiles, and heads over to you. She introduces herself. Greetings, and welcome. Are you in need of aid? My name is Bazzoxan, and I'm here for any services you may require.
We're actually good, except for him. He was an idiot and ran into combat all by himself. But we are actually half of our group. We're running up here first, and did you have people make it in?
Yes, we had a few people come here and mind the door. I believe that after their initial encounter around the back, they were pulled off somewhere else inside of the city. It should be, Was there an ogre?
Yes.
I see. I believe they were pulled off to some activities in the north after their initial encounter with some of those mouthers. You sure none of you need any aid?
Oh, well, no, he does. Just gonna point to Dorlin.
Of course.
No,
We can also lend our aid if you need assistance with anything. here as well.
the beds. You need to empty some of those beds out first. I got my needle.
Also, I think I might have cut you off while you were introducing yourself. I'm Keiko Ska, your self-priestess.
Yes. And you'll see that on her cloak is a pin in the shape of a black wing that you, Zarya, you'll recognize immediately, but anybody else who wants to can make me a religion check.
I will for the SNGs. Nope, that's gonna be okay. 4 minus 1. That's a 3 for Keiko.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's
a pretty black pin.
The symbol of the black thing.
The black feather, right?
You're like, I swear I've seen that a lot before.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else do a roll for that? No. Okay.
No, I think Dorlin would be actually more preoccupied with the current state of the wounded in the bed.
Okay.
In the beds.
So Zara, you recognize this as the holy symbol of Zalakis, a legendary scholar who served as the right hand of Corellon, the Archart, before falling in the calamity.
Okay. Cool. Zarya is gonna shift her hair to the side and reveal her own holy symbol. And my name is Zarya Rain.
Well, Matt, her very thin eyebrow is going to arch up with a bit of surprise. I see. Traveling where there would be some blood, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you'll find no end of it inside of here. This fool's errand is rife with the stuff.
I always find myself in these places.
See.
Oh, you follow the same code. You have a...
No, not even a little bit.
No.
Oh, but
it's
you're
not.
Blackbird and you're Blackbird, aren't you? Aren't this the same thing?
There are many different types of bird. And many different types of divine patron.
Oh. Sorry. Didn't mean to offend.
Is there anything that I can help you with? Guide you around?
No, I think we're wasting your time.
Sabina is in the background along one of the shelves that has books on it, just like standing on Dax, like grabbing books and just sort of flipping through them and putting them back, just in the background.
Maybe you can help with Dax. I think Sabina said he needed to be bandaged, if that's okay.
Oh, is your moorbounder?
Yes, do you have a veterinarian staff?
I'm more than happy to offer healing light to a companion. Come here.
He's not doing too badly.
Oh, he's got a bit of a limp. Come here. Come here.
He's fully putting on a limp, yes.
Oh, you poor thing. You're a big one. Oh, what a strong little thing you are. Oh, how old?
How old's Sabina? Teenish?
Oh, a bit of a runt then.
Yeah, he never got too big.
Runts are the scrappiest, though.
We are.
And she'll hold out a hand, reach for her holy symbol, and the healing magic will just glisten out of her fingertips and flow into Dax, healing the rest of his wounds.
Wow, thank you.
You're quite welcome. You're not members of the Aurora Watch, though. I thought that maybe you were. The drow in the corner there is trying not to look at me. But the rest of you, what brings you to Bazzoxan?
We're looking for
our
Uncle.
uncle.
Oh my god.
Sabina's just gonna very carefully cover her face.
No, a bard named Destiny, right?
Our Uncle Bard's named Destiny.
Might be dancing down at the pub.
Perfect. Where is that?
Sorry, you don't have to tell me the truth, but I would prefer you not lie inside of the infirmary. If you're here to cause trouble in the city, I would advise against it. The task hand is quite proficient in dealing with problem.
Not at all. We are here looking for something, but it is a sensitive matter.
If there's anything that I can do to help as a priest, I am able to take confession and aid.
It is much appreciated, but I think we're all right.
Is there
We're
anything
not
we
here to
can
cause
do?
Best be on our
trouble.
way.
I'm sorry, both of you are talking at once.
I'm just saying we're not here to cause trouble.
That's probably for the best.
And now we're just offering our services. You were pretty
did.
useful against those mouthers earlier. And if you need anything, just I guess we're available.
That sounds good. You know, for a second there, I thought you might be with some of the those scholars that are in town. Perhaps hired muscle for them.
Scholars.
I'm not smart enough.
To be hired muscle.
Oh, I
mean-
can do that.
I am an ex-professor.
Ah, so you're not with look, it's fine if you're here looking for Prolux Yusuf or Aloysia Telfin.
Can I get this one more time?
Sure.
Right?
Prolix Yusuf. So that's Prolix with an X. And then Yusaf. Y-U-S-A-F.
Why?
And
Why you? Oh, yeah.
Aloysia. Like Aloysia. Telfan. I know, that's really helpful. I could also just type them in the chat.
That's fine. I just wanted to.
You could.
Yeah, and did we catch the
But
drow
Dorlin won't look
priestess
at them.
name?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if you caught it. I threw it.
I personally didn't catch it.
I did not catch it. I think Keiko kept interrupting her. So
she's Balthadir,
Balthadir,
which is the most Star Wars name in this entire thing.
Yeah,
right, that's what I was
actually,
thinking.
though.
See, it just sounded really British to me. Of like, oh, Balthadir.
Balthadir.
About the deal.
Banthadir.
Also, I apologize, everyone. My Keiko's accent is I'm having a hard time landing her accent today.
That's okay. Thanks for being here in spite of your stuff.
Apologize. Vistra's coming in at some point, so I'm like, Vistra, out! Stay.
No, nobody knows who Vistra is anymore. That was 2 years
I
ago.
know. I know.
Well,
Wah, wah. Time
Kelly.
passes. Yeah.
What kind of Dorland's gonna try and just take a little look at like some of the people in the beds, see if there's anyone that he might be able to help out. In particular, like he's looking at the type of injuries they have. Is anybody possibly suffering from acid burns or anything like that?
Let me check. Yeah, absolutely. Of the probably 30 people in the room. I would say probably about 3 or 4 of them. Besides that, they're all stable. They're all fairly stable. Then and are, I'd say about 25 of them are unconscious right now. If you want to give me a medicine check.
Oh no, medicine is wisdom, not intelligence. Mistakes have been made. Oh, not too bad. 15.
15? You can smell in the air. There is a bit of a scent that you will recognize as these people have obviously been administered some type of poppy derivative, some type of opium to knock them out. Various sleeping powders, things like that. They have been rendered unconscious for expeditious healing. However, most of their injuries are, although healed or stable, there are a lot of missing body parts. And that is the major unfortunate circumstance. Robin.
I held up my hand, but then I realized if they're using ether, it may not help bring them back from unconsciousness. But I have just a question. If I played used my Song of Rest ability as a bard, it says any friendly creature.
You can use that to heal things, yeah. To speed up healing.
To help them
Yeah.
out. So Cake will probably spend 10 minutes and probably switch to something a bit lighter, but still kind of playing a nice soothing kind of melody on her guitar, and she'll actually start singing a bit, and she'll start singing a healing song that she learned in her Goliath tribe before she was kicked out. So she'll just kind of do this in giant that's kind of incomprehensible to people that don't know, but she just wants it to be kind of like low and soothing.
Okay. So definitely sounding kind of like Goliath to me sounds like Mongolian. Like the band I'm talking about, The Who?
Yep.
Love that band. So you'll start.
Would this mean Dorland gets?
He gets 1d6. Anyone that uses hit dice will get an extra d6 of healing.
Yeah, if you do a short rest in the room. So Dorland, looking around, there's not a huge amount that can be done at this point. The people that are here, and there will be more that will probably be brought in throughout the day. But those that are here seem fairly stable.
Okay, I'll just kind of linger over them a little bit. And
As you are lingering over one of them, though, you're near the front door, kind of around the side, and a wounded member of the Aurora Watch kind of waves you over toward her. Her bandages are quite dark. They have been they've been bled through. You can see that one of her eyes has been covered over. There are numerous gouges along her flank in places where she's missing several of the digits of her left hand. She's a drow, and with the fingers of her right hand, will suddenly... Denise... Doctor... You... Yes. Please, hand me my satchel.
Where's the satchel?
It's laying on the chair next to her bed, folded on top of her armor. Well, the parts of the armor that weren't simply cut off of her for healing.
Oof. And she looks like she's gonna make it?
Hard to tell under all those bandages.
Oof. I'll look back at the bantha deer, and I know that's not the right name. Yeah, I'm gonna be like, your satchel, sure, here, and we'll just get close, and like just be a little wary, but we'll gently kind of here, and actually, you know what, he'll empty the satchel onto his hand and try and hand her the contents of it, depending on what they are.
So there are quite a few things inside, like some rations, basically the equivalent of like, the equivalence of what would be in like a soldier's purse, like a couple of like, leaf-wrapped protein bars, made out of oats and powdered milk. There are, like there's a makeup compact inside of there, as well as some blade oil. But as you kind of empty it out and sift through it, she'll gesture to a little tiger eye carving. And you see that it has a rabbit on one side, or pardon me, it's a tiger's eye carving of a rabbit, like a little figurine. At the bottom, it has a name carved in Navlin.
Tiger's eye, you say?
Yeah.
Well, this one kind of looks like a frog, but
I was planning to visit the Wall of the Forgotten today. Can you please put the trinket on the wall? If you're headed that way.
We'll make sure to go there. The Wall of Forgotten?
Yes.
Forgotten.
The wall of the Unforgotten.
Unforgotten Wall.
I would hope. Yes.
Wall of the Unforgotten Wall. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Unforgotten Wall. You rest up. And I'll take the. Is that a rabbit? That's some intricate carving. Yes. Sorry.
Meanwhile, across the room, as you are all talking with, you're looking around the room, you're playing music. What are the other two of you doing? So she finishes healing up Dax and kind of giving a couple pets on the flank. There we go. Looking quite good now.
Academics, you said?
Yes. Let's see. There are a few out here from... Where did they say they were from? Let's see. Pardon me one moment. Yes, there are, several academics that have, come out to study the Betrayer's Rise.
What's that?
The Betrayer's Rise, the giant, towering monument to the calamity behind us that randomly belches out demonic entities. It's the entire reason this godforsaken town exists.
Right. Thank you. So I presume they went that way then?
Yes. Why are you really here? Let me help you.
We were directed to come this way from one of the elders from the town name that I have written down somewhere but can't find.
Jagao.
Jagao. Thank you. One of the elders from Jagao directed us to come here
Mm-hmm.
in search of an artifact that we
An artifact.
Mm-hmm.
should not really discuss.
Mm-hmm.
What's its name?
That's part of the not discussing it.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to pry. I just like to help when I can.
Unfortunately, a lot of people say that, and not many of them mean it, so my apologies at not taking you at your word. But thank you for all you're doing here. You're clearly doing good work.
Yes. Well, if anyone would know, I would say that it would likely be some of the visitors. You could probably find them over at. I think I saw one of them, the tiefling, Prolux, headed over to the crematorium earlier. Actually, just a few minutes ago. Besides that, there aren't many places to stay if you're not a member of the Aurora Watch. So,
I believe we have been temporarily conscripted. Do they have bunks for mercenaries?
afraid not. Unless you're a member of the Aurora Watch, I would assume that you'd probably be sleeping at the inn.
Oh,
unless you've been
which that one?
unless you've been officially hired.
No, I don't think so.
And where's the inn?
The Ready Room. It's the only one in the town, and it's pretty easy to find. It's the only one that doesn't look like a military barracks. You'll want to look for that. Let's see if this is north, and she'll point kind of to the top of the building, kind of in the top left corner. And what you're going to do is just head across the square. It's the big building, just basically catty-cornered to where we are.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
It's no problem at all. If you change your minds, I do have an ear for old stories. But I wish you well. Be careful out there. Not, as you can see, not everyone comes back in one piece. There's only so many castings of restoration that are possible.
We have a member of our party that lost an eye on the way here, so I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you would like, I can cast Greater Restoration for a fee. It's quite exorbitant, though. I rely a scroll.
I believe our friend built an alternative, but if he would prefer to have his own back, I will certainly let him know. But thank you for all your help, mister.
Miss, but thank you.
Mr. Sorry, it's dear, right? I meant Miss Dear.
Wow.
Sorry.
My mistake.
Clearly very overworked.
Yes. Do take care.
Yes, you do. Thank you.
All right. playing the rest of your music, Keiko, that the song will lilt out, and you will all, yeah. What do you do? What do you do?
So should we go look for
Hmm.
Io and the others, or should we perhaps try to get rooms at the inn before they're overwhelmed?
I don't think
I
they're
feel
going
like
to be
the-
overwhelmed.
Oh,
What, sorry?
alright. Well, I was just gonna say, I think that the inn might be a good idea because we have vaguely to the north. That's what we were told.
Also,
We could try to find them, but
they said they were brought off to do other stuff, so they might be busy.
We need to
Someone
Probably.
want-
Vanis, what stick is up your ass right now?
quite a
I
big
don't know.
one.
But it's been up his ass the whole time.
Oh, shut up. I have not had a stick up my ass.
yes, you
You
have.
have. There's a real
Look
big
at that
one all
expression.
tight up there.
In
Right
Valis's
up there.
defense, this town kind of does that to you. I
mean-
don't know if we should blame him for that.
But
This
it's
is
his
not a
people.
nice place.
It's not a nice place, but you're acting really weird around other people of your
There's a
kind.
forgotten wall, and I need to take this to it.
There's a
The forgotten
forgotten
wall.
The Unforgotten Wall.
Where
It's
did
in-
they forget it?
It's in the north.
The unforgotten wall. Well, that's very different.
Mhm.
Unforgotten
is-
wall.
To the north, perhaps, I know the Miss Dia said that the inn is slightly to the north, this is slightly to the north, our other party members are slightly to the north. Perhaps we should just head towards the north.
That sounds great.
We need to come to a bit of an understanding, though. We can't go around telling them what this thing is.
Well, I
Oh, no.
didn't.
I know, but if we don't, we need to be able to ask some questions to figure out what the hell we're doing here. So let's split the difference. We just don't say the V word.
Can I ask an out of character question?
Please.
Because Krista does not have a good memory. What was it exactly that the elder told us that this was the place we should be going?
So, to flash back to the previous chapter, which I actually had to remind myself earlier today, because I was like, did they actually say that you had to go a certain place? That seems obvious once you're here.
I thought it was the elder just said to come to Bazzoxan.
So the elder said, and this is a direct quote, "People do not stumble upon vestiges without a reason, and there's no place in Xhorhas where the memory of the calamity lingers more strongly than Bazzoxan."
And right, so because the guy in our vision said, sorry for the water pipes in my house, if you can hear that. The guy in the vision, Elixian, had said, "Take my jewel to
yes.
a temple of evil."
Yes, that is correct. Elixian said,
And so this is the place that he thought was because it was once a temple of evil.
let's see.
And
where I-
vestiges have
Oh
something
gods,
to do
there
with the
you are. My
calamity.
name is Elixian. I am lost in darkness. Long ago I prayed to the change bringer in the heart of a temple of evil.
Yes.
And with that, I will say real quick, because you all are not like, Critical Role is not something we do as a professional life. That the infirmary taker, the infirmary tender, Balthadir, is wearing a symbol of someone who worked directly for the Changebringer. Oh, pardon me, the Archheart. Never mind, Archheart. Different, my bad.
Okay.
Different god.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because the vestige of divergence that we have is also known as the Jewel of Three Prayers, and he said, "Take my jewel to this place." So it probably needs to go to
Betrayer's Rise.
the
Mm-hmm.
the Betrayer's Rise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god, we're
so-
going to the place where he prayed for the jewel. 3 prayers. We're gonna okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wow.
So
it's
okay.
it's been like 2 months. Sorry, it's just a thing.
yeah, I know. I'm just flipping
Yeah.
back through all of my notes, going right. Okay, this was this, and I remember this kind
is,
of vaguely.
This is
but
why you're
what
allowed to
was the
pop out a
exact
character to
rule?
ask, because it's a long story.
Perfect. Okay, so in that case,
You can't just drop down the story so far from the HUD, you know?
Yeah. It's like reading the next book in a long series where you're like, wait, who the hell is this character?
Well, that's why I try to give
Yeah.
you the recap before every episode, but even then that's like
It's too much, yeah.
there's too much. It's fine. That's why you
Yeah.
ask.
Okay, cool. In that case, back in. So I believe we should take the vestige to Betrayer's Rise. If that's, I feel like that's what Elixion was trying to say in our vision.
Why don't we just call it the jewel? But yes, I think that's a good idea.
I
A
like that
jewel
idea,
of the-
Varia.
I mean, though, saying we have a jewel and just call it the jewel
it's
is
vague.
like kind of inviting
Okay,
people
I will
to
say,
say that we
yeah.
have something expensive.
Yes, but nobody's going to rob anybody inside of Bazzoxan. I know I sounded like I had to stick up my ass before, but to be honest here, anyone dumb enough to pick a fight inside of Bazzoxan is asking for it. Seriously, like who's going to rob us? The Aurora Watch?
If we have a vestige, possibly, but if we have a jewel, perhaps not.
Yeah, even a
Okay,
magic,
yeah,
an
we'll call
artifact
the
of some
jewel.
kind. As long as we just don't say the V word, maybe.
So we're not looking for Uncle Destiny anymore.
No, not fun.
I mean, if we find him, we find him.
No more Uncle Destiny?
Well, it's his jewel.
Oh,
Maybe.
okay.
Maybe. I
I
don't know.
think that's a very unlikely story, even if they are a bard. I think it's
To
a very unlikely.
return our jewel to Uncle Bod the Destiny jewel.
Uncle
I
Vestige,
really don't think
the
there's an
Destiny
uncle.
Bard.
I
Bard
think we need an
uncle?
uncle.
We wait. Okay.
Wait,
I
is
think
this
we're
scenario? Are we
complicating
all
this.
cousins? Are we
How
all
about
cousins?
Oh,
how
God.
about
We're kissing
we
cousins.
have a jewel? We saw a vision of somebody hurting, and we're just trying to help them.
If we
Because
are
it's
speaking to
destiny.
someone we perhaps trust, that has given us a reason to trust them, perhaps, but I think being as vague as possible makes the most
But-
sense.
How do you know who to trust unless you trust them?
Exactly.
No one really.
Well, then how are we going to
Um,
find any information at all? I don't want to be stuck in Bazzoxan for the rest of my life. I have a long one ahead of me still.
Well, there are apparently some academics in town that are studying Betrayer's Rise. So if we approach them as a professor and his entourage, perhaps as an academic inquiry as to, I read a paper that discussed the Jewel of Three Prayers and its connection to the Betrayer's Rise. Are they familiar with that?
Okay, so we just don't tell them we have it. We look it up and
Yes.
we say that, good.
We should go a little bit more.
Okay.
Zarya, hide it further down your tits.
Oh,
And
fine, but don't look.
You're too
it's okay.
light
Only
for
Urban
me.
will find it. So, but what
Did
about?
that like remove
Right.
just a tiny bit of that stick from your ass,
Would what remove the stick?
Well,
Our
can,
tits.
Well, they're fine. Sure, they're
Dorlin
great.
raises his hand.
Yes,
Thank
you.
Professor.
What?
I'm sorry, Zarya, your breasts are fantastic. They're fine, okay?
Thank you.
I'm sure. You know what? I don't think I've seen them, but I'm sure they're fine. Sabina, people have boobs.
Can we not mention that anything about the jewel? Maybe I think it's more of a realistic academic approach to if Elixir had a one of these, then maybe it's just more interesting. I think it's more feasible and to look for information about him.
Did you have
I
someone?
bet. I better not, Cap. I'm
don't
not
even
the
have to
sweet
mention
talker.
it.
I know I'm the sweet talker, but I'm getting very confused.
It's
right
because
now.
Dorlin can't keep the name straight. Dorlin, did you have
Is it
someone
Uncle
help you write your
Bob's jewel?
thesis?
There aren't names in a thesis other than my own.
Yes, there are. How do you do your citing of sources? You're a professor, for God's sake.
It was all experiments that. Oh, actually, it wasn't all ones that I performed. Oh.
All right. Anyway, we should probably stop just standing in front of
Did
the
I pass
infirmary and
that?
get out of here.
All right.
Anyway, I didn't mean anything bad about them. I just.
By the way, Dorlin was talking full volume, like normal volume. If she overheard, like when he was saying, "Let's not mention the vestige or the jewel," like we'll just say we're looking for elixir.
Oh, darling. We all need to be quiet. We need to be talking.
So you're just gonna hear. That sounds great. So you're gonna hear a noise behind you, and if you're really trying to keep things quiet, I would suggest shutting the door first. The front door's wide open behind you.
Hello, and then Keiko's gonna like just slowly close the doors. Yes.
Sorry, you're talking about a vestige?
Well, come out here then, and then I'll close the doors behind
Yes,
you.
I think I might. Sorry to intrude, but it's kind of hard to not hear when you're shouting like this.
I wasn't
talking
shouting.
Are you talking about that old story, though? You're here researching that? The one about the champion of the three gods.
What? Yeah.
Yes.
Could you refresh me? I'm dumb.
Oh, goodness gracious! I can't believe I remember it. It's a fragment of a fragment of a legend, really. It's let's see. Even in the temples of Vasselheim and Ankorel, long ago, a hero of the calamity begged for aid from 3 different gods in his time of need. Avandra, the Changebringer, was one of them, and I think Sahanin, the Moonbringer, was another, and I'm afraid I can't remember anything else, actually.
3 is a accurate number, I think.
You know, this might be fiction, but Avandra is said to have grieved for the hero, not because he died, because she feared that her aid forced him to give up so much of himself he would be robbed of a future. It's a weird old story.
What was his name? Do you know what the guy's...
Haven't the foggiest, unfortunately. I do, like I said, I have an ear for old legends. But speaking of ears, I'm going to give my patient's ears a rest and head back inside. The best of luck. I'm sorry I couldn't be more of assistance. And
No, thank you.
and that's the inn right there. She points across the street, 4 houses down. If you're still
Perfect.
looking. And she'll say, don't.
Alright, guys. Apparently, we need to remember to close doors before we go and talk at full volume.
Well, that was awkward.
Also, yes.
But we got some information.
She wasn't half bad.
Sorry.
Perhaps we should start with some dinner and see if the other part, AO and everyone shows up.
Yeah. That dinner sounds, and getting accommodation sounds good. And then I'd like to go to the wall before I forget. Oh, that's kind of ironic. Yeah.
If the inn is the only place in town, perhaps the academics will show up there as well. Miss Dia said that they were at, one of them at least was at the crematorium earlier, and I don't particularly want to go there, so perhaps we can see if he shows up at the inn.
Didn't also
Right.
the Taskmaster say something about the Gatehold Barracks, about wanting to go there if we wanted, like, work or something?
I think he wanted to talk to us about something.
Oh, yes.
So, probably more grunt work.
I mean, I'm happy doing
potentially.
grunt work for coin.
I don't know if there's much coin in it for us.
Phallus,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm going to be looking into... Okay, what was the name again? It wasn't Elixir.
Alexian.
Elixian. Elixian. Okay. Elixian.
Just think he licks Ian.
Elixian.
God.
He licks
Where
Ian.
did you look in?
I don't know
Where did
why,
he lick Ian?
because he likes him a lot.
Why? Oh.
I mean, hey, don't judge.
Trust me, I wasn't going to. Now,
Elixian.
he licks Ian. But a little
It's
more like
more
Keiko
like
said.
one. Like one Lexian.
Elixian. Oh, I can't do
Ah,
Keiko
Elixir.
talk.
Alexian.
Just one. Just one. Alexian.
Hey, Lixian.
It-
Alexian.
Ah,
not
there we go.
listening to me.
Ah, Lixian.
Sabrina has started walking towards.
Oh, so like
With that.
like a bit of surprise that he licks you.
Ah, Lixian. Yes, you've got it perfectly.
Okay.
Perfectly, my friend. Good. And Sabina, as you're making your way across the road toward the ready room, you're going to hear the sound of armor kind of headed your way as 10 Aurora Watch soldiers dressed in full regalia are doing their PT jogging. And just kind of like, they're not going to like run you over, but they are coming your way, and it's probably best to step out of the way.
She almost darts away into a hall or like an alley, but like kind of calms herself and steps slightly out of the way.
Okay, Dax will step in front of you to kind of like push you back a bit, like a seeing eye dog. And it's at that point that, and Keiko, you will catch this definitely with your sharpened ear. You'll hear as the soldiers are jaunting down the street, "Demon's claws or dragon's fire!" And they, of course,
Demon's
repeat it.
claws and dragon's fur.
Swords and knives and words of lies.
Swords and knives and words of lies.
Fighting hellspawn at the spire.
Fighting hellspawn at the spire.
Until we all rest on the pyre.
Until we rest,
We all rest on the pyre.
On the pyre.
Sound off. And they're gonna just keep
Sound
like,
off.
and then they get into even more gruesome ways that they're going to be killed here.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh.
Cool.
This is not a nice place.
It is not a nice place. That was one of the better random encounters I could have rolled for you here.
I don't know. I feel very welcome here.
I mean, if you guys want to get us rooms, I might go down to the barracks and see them old soldiers. See if I
Oh
can
my
see
goodness.
Didn't you say we shouldn't split up?
I think you did. I think that
Did
was
I?
you.
Oh, damn. Right.
Let's just get a room, and then we'll head out to the place, and then we'll go to the other
Oh,
place.
you want to get a room, Velis?
I like my pelvis intact, and I think that I probably wouldn't survive what you're offering.
Yes, yes. I mean, you'd have to ask Bodhi, but you know.
I hear he has an infernal constitution.
Honestly, I think I'd be more compatible with Bodhi.
Don't tell Bodhi. He's quite. He think he finds you a little handsome.
Yes, well,
Don't
that's
tell-
not the stick I've had up my ass, unfortunately.
The thing that is
unfortunately.
inside at the
How old do you think
At the
Sabina
bar.
actually is? Because she's like, I feel like she's like 12.
She was raised by moorbounders.
And guess what? They do it in the open.
Yes, but maybe
She's
not
probably-
everybody's comfortable with that. I don't know.
They don't talk about it. They just
Exactly,
do it.
they
Maybe
don't
she's
tell her
just
why.
more comfortable with people just doing it.
Maybe
So she's
oh,
okay with
perhaps.
watching, she just doesn't want to hear about it after.
Exactly.
Well, could be.
Could be. All right, so inside the ready room, it's the only structure in this town that doesn't look like it's part of the military. A large barn with a steeply pointed roof looms over the battered structure near the center of town, and over the double door hangs a sign that bears the tavern's name, the Ready Room, in Undercommon, Orc, Goblin, and Common, in that order. All right, as you step inside, you can see that it's, well, it's not much to look at, to be honest. The ground floor is covered in piles of tools, lots of lanterns, shovels, ladders, dozens of wooden stalls that have been curtained into sleeping quarters. Basically like horse stables that have been kind of converted for personal use. On top of that, you can see that each one of these stalls, the empty ones kind of reveal to show that there are about 5 cots kind of crammed into each. There's a rope and pulley hoist in the center that kind of works as an elevator. And upstairs you can hear the sound of people drinking and eating, as well as the smells of food and alcohol wafting down from this center hoist.
is there like a front desk?
Inside of here, I do not believe there is. One moment.
So probably just the bar.
You just have to head up the hoist, I think.
Okay.
2 dozen stools behind the bar. Nope, doesn't look like it. Looks like it's sleeping area downstairs and a bunch of utility stuff. And then you just head upstairs.
Sure. I'll head upstairs to try to find the proprietor.
All right. So heading up, pulling yourself up the hoist. You head upstairs where there are over 24 bar stools occupied, almost completely full, actually. It's quite busy right now. Behind the bar is like a cooking space with a stove, where you will see that there is there are a pair of drow working. One's running the bar and kitchen, and there's another one who's kind of just hanging out near the back. Looks like doing inventory on a big ledger. Drow look very similar to each other simply by the fact that they are drow. But these two in particular look like they're probably related.
I'm going to go to the one with the ledger.
All right.
Excuse me. Are you who I speak with about getting rooms?
He turns and looks at you. Yes, myself and my sister. Happy to help you. Welcome to the Ready Room. I'm Dallas. Oh, pardon me. Damn it, I got it backwards. Did I get it backwards? Hold on. Dallas runs the bar. Prima manages the finances and inventory. There we go. So she looks at you. Hi there. Same voice exactly. She's a very deep voiced
They're
woman.
identical twins. They're
She's
identical twins.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Prima. Nice to meet you.
Sabina Morden, and this is Dax. The rest of my party's arriving. There's 5 of us and Dax in total.
5. Well, just so happens that downstairs the stalls are designed for 5. It's let's see. If you need a place to stay for the night, it's well, the cots are 2 silver. So a gold for the lot of you. Pretty reasonable, I think.
Sure.
Wonderful. She'll pull one out and hand it to her.
Perfect. That'll do you for the night. If you're looking for anything to eat or drink, she'll gesture to a board above the bar. Tankard of beer's a copper. A bowl of rice and fish. A poke bowl, what we like to call it, is 2 copper points. Copper pieces. Pieces. God, I'm tired.
Yes, I'm sure everyone will like dinner, but I'll allow them to choose what they like. That's perfect. Thank you so much, Prima.
Of course, and if you have anything that you need supply-wise, we offer some of the only supplies in all of Bazzoxan.
Oh, wonderful. Have a thriving business here, clearly.
Then, I mean, we're the only place in town, so it does allow us to kind of corner the market.
I understand that's what you're supposed to do. I'm not too knowledgeable about it, but everyone talks about wanting a monopoly or wanting their own niche.
I see. And what mercenary work, or are you here with those traveling academics?
Mercenary. However, I was interested if the academics were here.
Let's see. Well, I mean, she's there, and he'll gesture over, or she'll gesture over at. Is there? I'm gonna come out of character one sec. I really wish this book was cleaner with its descriptions. They really drop the ball in describing people. Because they throw a lot of named characters and they give you nothing about them, which is great, but then there are a lot of characters where it really matters, so, but that's just me. There is a tiefling, you know what, I'm just going to pull the one off the back of the book as my personal reference for what she looks like for my head. So, she gestures over at the bar where you will see a fairly stockily built tiefling, with kind of violet skin and horns that jut like a hard set of eyebrows off the side of her forehead, who's sitting at the bar, kind of munching on bar snacks and picking at rice and fish out of a bowl as well. Mostly, she's just looking at a book.
Oh, is that Professor Youssef?
No, that's Question.
Oh, Question. As in that's the whole name, or you don't know?
That's the whole name. That's what she signed on the ledger.
Interesting.
That's all I ask.
Wonderful. Well,
I like it.
thank you so much, Prima. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem.
I'm sure my
And,
party will be in shortly.
Of course. You are... you're in stall 5. And she'll hand you a key. There's
Thank
only
you so
one
much.
key for it from the inside, so be sure that the last person in be the one to lock it.
Understood.
Otherwise, we have to get the bolt cutters, and it's a big thing.
Wouldn't want that.
All right, so what do the rest of you do? Is anybody grabbing a drink at the bar?
Oh, I think after we finally get in, Keiko's gonna like swing her. Is there anyone playing music first off?
There's not. This place is just drinking right now. Just people, like, and looking around. You, do me a favor, make me an insight check.
Oh boy.
I need a vibe check.
As she does
Oh,
that,
vibe.
Sabina, once they come in, is going to give the key to Valis.
10.
Valis, this is the key for our room.
Understood. What'd you get on that, Keiko?
10.
10? You know what? I'm going to say that with your background here, 10 is going to be enough. Like, a lot of these people have blood on their armor. You think that some of them just sat down at the bar, their drinks, they've only got one drink in front of them, and it's draining quick type of thing? These people probably just came in from whatever calamity happened outside.
Keiko's gonna start playing music
Okay.
and see if they might comp a few. Like, Keiko will go up to Sabina and find her and be like, "So did we pay for rooms yet, or?"
I did, but perhaps if you were willing to play, we can perhaps get our food covered. I can go ask at the desk.
Yes, and tell them the amazing Keiko Ska will perform.
Of course. Sabina, with her entertainer background, who has this ability
Okay.
to, by popular demand, will be able to find a place that normally they cover your rooms, but I assume we can get them to cover our food.
Sure. Go ahead. So you'll just be able to do that. Give me a persuasion roll as well to see how effective this is. Like,
Yeah,
are we talking like bottom tier, or are we talking top tier help?
For sure. Ooh, that's a 13.
13?
My persuasion isn't very good.
Do you head back to Prima and just talk to her real quick?
I guess I would go to the other one at the bar.
Sure. All right. So the Drow brother is polishing a mug and pouring ale for a couple of soldiers who were slapping coin down on the bar. I need a drink. Fucking mouthers out there today, man. Seriously. Really? Tell me more. Tell me more. Like, really scary? Dude, you wouldn't survive out there. It's... Ugh. That's why I'm in here pouring you drinks. And, what can I get for you? He leans down and looks at you.
Hello, my name's Sabina. We just got
Dallas.
rooms.
Welcome.
Dallas-
Hope you'll find that the Ready Room is the best inn in all of Bazzoxan. By... Yep.
It clearly
De
is.
facto.
Sorry, was it Dallas or
Delez.
Dallas?
Delez.
Delez.
So
Delez.
Delez.
Perfect.
So I'm assuming it's Delez or Delez.
Delay.
No, it's not that drow.
Okay. Okay. Lovely to meet you, Delez.
Lovely to
You
meet
have a
you.
lovely establishment here.
Thank you very much.
We were hoping that in exchange for some food and drink, my
I'm guessing-
companion, the amazing Keiko Ska,
Who's tuning her
might
lute
perform
as you
for
speak? Who's tuning her lute as you speak? I can see over your shoulder.
Yes,
You're very
yes.
short.
Yes. One moment. She's gonna like climb up on Dax and like sit up taller.
He's house trained, right?
Very, yes.
Good. Okay, then excellent. Welcome to the establishment. Did my sister charge you a pet deposit?
Well, she charged me a gold, and there's 5 of us, so I'm not
sounds
sure.
No, apparently not. Of course, because I'm cleaning the rooms tomorrow. Good. Well,
I promise you, he's very good. He's cleaner than some of my companions.
so you're looking to try to make some room and board, or just some? I guess you've already
The
paid for the
board
room.
part. Yes, please. Just dinners and perhaps ales for the lot for them.
Well, I can definitely give you some food for that. Absolutely. Well, let's see how you do tonight. And how long are you planning to be in Bazzoxan? You've already paid for one night, so I assume you're not just passing through. Nobody ever passes through Bazzoxan.
We're not sure yet. May I check in with you tomorrow?
Of course. We'll tell you what. You check in with you tomorrow, and you've already paid for the one night. Hang on to your key until tomorrow afternoon. If you need any additional nights and you're willing to do some extra work performing, I'm sure we can find a way to extend your reservation.
Wonderful. That would be lovely. Thank you so much.
No worries. And in the meanwhile, if you need... Well, if she's any good, then...
She is.
So long as you don't cause any trouble, keep you in as much beer as you can drink.
Much appreciated.
No problem.
I'll tell her to get started.
Please, this place is quite dour. I hear there was a bit of a scuffle outside.
Yes, we were part of it. It was quite terrifying. Dax took the worst of it. He's gonna like pull up a paw and like pretend to look sad. Dax took the worst of it.
Poor little guy. Well, tell you what, I'll get some fish saddled up for you in just a minute, and I think you'll like it.
I'm sure I will. Thank you so much, Deleuze.
All right, so I need you to make me a performance roll, Keiko.
But first off,
Yeah.
Bazzoxan, you don't have to put on the abyss light. Walk the streets for mouthers. You don't know when it is wrong or it is right. Bazzoxan.
Do, do, do. Sorry, I listened to the song like 4 times today. That's amazing.
I
thought you were
love
gonna
that
go with
song
"Don't
so
Cry for Me,"
much.
Bazzoxan.
Don't cry for me.
Like, especially the Moulin Rouge version.
Yep.
Like, oh.
All right, you make me a performance roll.
Sweet.
I'm enjoying being Keiko's agent.
Right? I love
That's
it.
very cute.
All I'm saying is I'm recording this on the Keiko box.
23.
23?
Mm-hmm.
All right. 23 is, yeah, you're going to do pretty well. Enough that, you know, you're going to make that gold back through some coin tips. It's going to be mostly silvers and coppers that are going to be bouncing kind of into your Keiko box or hat or whatever you put out. But it's going to be pretty good overall.
Nice.
With that, you'll be able to just kind of randomly strum and keep some music playing in the background. So you're providing a little bit of the backing entertainment. Now, during that, you know that the tiefling at the edge of the bar is kind of just flipping through her book, which is an old rat-eared copy of some, it's hard to tell, look, some academic text. She's doing that thing where, where she licks her finger to go turn a page and then pauses so long that her finger dries and she has to re-lick it because she's kind of losing her place in it.
I'm gonna go over to Zarya and Dorlin and Valis, and say, I heard that the tiefling at the bar is named Question. I'm not sure if is that a normal name for tiefling?
I mean, it's a tiefling thing, right? So that we found that other one earlier that had one of those. I mean, my brain, right? We often have virtue or noun names.
Yeah, or Bod Shiva. Don't forget Bod Shiva.
Something like that, yes.
Right. Oh, well, okay.
Bod
I suppose
yes.
I suppose it's a very appropriate name, as I think she's one of the academics. Perhaps we could inquire with her if she knows
It's
anything
Destiny. Because
that
we
makes
have a
sense.
question for her.
Huh?
No, see, yes, if it was a tiefling Uncle Destiny, that would work. Anyway.
No,
Somebody
but we're
say my
asking
name?
about yes, we
She kind
do.
of looks around the bar. Oh, hiya.
I'll walk over there.
Are you looking for me?
Yes, Professor Dorlin, Wildrock. Nice to meet you. He'll extend his hand.
Present. Present. Researcher. Question. Nice to meet ya. She'll kind of hop off the bar and give you like a little awkward bow and curtsy.
Yes.
Tell me you feel it too. She says with a grin. My comrades don't, but I do. History is surrounding this place. The romance of heroes fighting impossible odds, sacrificing everything for the sake of defending the world. All done
Thank
for
you.
I know.
Yes, I do feel that.
Right, and all done for people who will never know him, never think of him, never be able to thank him. Simply because it was the right thing to do. Oh, and ages later, we now see the Aurora Watch.
Are you guys hearing this?
They're all doing the same thing. They don't even know it. We know it just fine, one of them says, drinking. Okay, well, that one knows it.
Well, they're just living it, right? So they don't romanticize it quite as much.
It's
gorgeous.
sacrificing yourself and like
I
putting
love you.
yourself to take the hits for people who might not be able to. People who are possibly wounded or in danger. And like putting yourself in danger so that they can have a chance.
That's exactly the case.
Toss a coin to your watcher. Oh, hell mouth the plenty. Oh, hell mouth the
You know
plenty.
what? Dorlin's gonna like try and
Oh.
flip a silver coin to wherever that goes.
Okay,
He's
give me-
gonna try and.
All right, make me an attack roll.
Could I do a sleight of hand to make it look smooth?
If you do it
My attack
close up,
roll's
yeah.
better, but
If you
I
do
just
it
want
close
to
up,
make it real smooth.
Okay, go ahead. I'll give you the smooth criminal roll from Michael Jackson.
Yes.
The can I turn
21.
21. Okay, you turn the jukebox on from across the bar. Ow. All right.
Oh, I need to reduce that.
Okay.
That's right, Keiko.
Oh my God. Do you mind if I say that? But your makeup is gorgeous. I don't know how you managed to match it, because like I gotta admit, like as a tieflin, I always find it really difficult to kind of like match my blushes and my rouges and my lipsticks, because you know it's not easy that you find this type of complexion at like the local apothecary.
Well, that's why I make my own most of the time.
See, that's what I should do. I should really do that.
I think you should. I think there are plenty of books on that you could figure it out. You look
Oh.
very smart
Well, thank
and
you very much.
well read.
Oh, well, I am holding a book.
No, well, yes, but in general, you exude that atmosphere.
So you're here doing studies on Betrayer's Rise and the whole thing too, huh? Are you here about the mythic resonance?
We're here about.
You know what? We've heard about that, and we were kind of wondering
Lexia.
about a little bit. We want to know a little bit more about that first.
Oh well, you
But
know,
also, that's
I mean,
bad.
mythic resonance. It's not really a thing. Well, it's going to be a thing. I'm working on it for my thesis, but it's the whole like the nature of history is cyclical, right? And it's this mythic resonance that kind of pulls you in like this, like a gravity well. I believe that acts of monumental courage, they leave an impression on the world, like a stain, or like, well, that's a bad way to call it, but they leave a footprint, and that, well, it lingers after the deed is faded. And it's my theory that this type of deed has occurred in Bazzoxan, and that the ancient battles of the Calamity are still being fought today, but instead of like the heroes of the Calamity, they're being fought by the Aurora Watch.
I see. History repeats itself.
Exactly,
in
history
essence.
repeats itself. You know, it's like when you ever walk through a bog, and like it's much easy. You naturally want to step where other people have stepped, because that's otherwise it's uncharted territory. It's just you gravitate toward those lower spaces.
It's
That
the
can actually get a
pastoral
lot
garden.
worse if you're walking through a marsh, because that's where the water pools. So if other people have walked there, it's actually a lot more dangerous to step in that, because then it's good. I'm sorry, that wasn't a point of view.
You know, that's probably a valid point. I was making a metaphor, but you get the idea. Maybe snow's a better idea.
Snow paths through forests, perhaps.
Yeah. Oh, here. I mean, take a look. And she's gonna reach into her purse and pull out her satchel, at least, and pull out a sketchbook, and is gonna start like flipping through page after page of drawings, all manner of things. So you're going to see a sketch of an island bathed in the moonlight of both Katha and Ruidus, both full. The island is covered with trees, marble pillars, crystal shards that resemble the chamber from the Emerald Grotto, actually. A rough drawing of what appears to be a more elaborate version of the Jewel of Three Prayers lies in one of the pages as well. It's larger and has 3 delicate spires inlaid with stones. You'll also see a rubbing of a symbol that depicts a long-haired woman peering into the distance. Anybody who's looking at that can make me an intelligence roll, please. Intelligence religion.
All right.
15.
15? Okay.
19.
19? Perfect.
16.
16. You are all going to recognize that it is marked with a holy symbol of Evander, the Changebringer. So, you like this one? So I took all of these when I was working in the archives of the Cobalt Soul in Ankarel. I've been living there for the past until I got the Bazzoxan about 5 years now. This one's really interesting. I love the crystals in this one, and this is such a pretty piece. Oh, it kind of looks like the thing you're wearing. This is, no offense, this is much nicer. I can see like the inspiration though. That's really nice. Let's see.
She's got it like in her chest.
Oh, in
it's like it's hidden
it's like,
in
it's
her bra.
Zarya,
Okay.
It's like buried in her bra.
Out.
You can see probably the
It's
chain.
popping out, Zarya.
Okay. So she'll be like, well, yeah, it's just such a beautiful piece here, right? I love something like that. Well, it looked really good on you. Let's see. This was taken from a wall carving in Betrayer's Rise, actually, just up the way. And let's see. And then she'll turn the page, and Keiko, you'll have finished your last song, which was what? Keiko?
Oh, it wasn't. Which was. Fuck. I didn't have another one prepared for you. Shit.
Oh, that's okay. So you'll finish the
Don't
last
cry
one.
for me, Bazzoxan. The truth is the Mouthers killed you.
Oh,
There we go.
Ooh.
All right. So heading up, does anyone here speak Undercommon?
No.
No.
Deep
Common,
speech.
gnome, and goblin.
Okay.
Giant and common.
I
Sounds
speak
good.
many languages, but that's not one of them.
And what's that right there? Valaz will say, glancing down. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you, tall, dark, and handsome. Well, this is, so my Undercommon's not good. Yeah, obviously, that's misspelled, and so's that. But, I mean, you got the gist of it. Well, thank you very much. I mean, I'm still practicing. Undercommon's my 7th language. You thought it'd be
That's
easy
a lot
after...
of languages.
I have a very nimble tongue.
You're very much the polyglot.
Yeah, you can say I'm definitely polyglot. Yeah, glot. That's the important part of that word, probably. You're cute. Anyway, yeah. So,
Wow, we're all looking at a book.
It's pretty, and it's actually really important.
So this one,
I believe Question was going to tell us what was in it.
oh
Yes.
Yes, question
sorry,
has very
sorry.
good drawings.
This has to do something with Betrayer's Rise. I haven't figured out exactly what it is yet, but looking at this, here.
Which question?
Psst, Keiko.
I'm Question. Do you have a question?
Yes, that's their name.
No. I'm just letting
Oh.
Keiko know that there's some really, really good stuff in here.
Oh, yeah, well, this is
Very relevant to Alexian.
to Alexian. Oh,
That's why we're here. We're looking for Alexian. Yeah.
Oh,
That's technically correct.
That's actually pretty good. She's gonna whisper to Dorlin.
who's she? Is she a wife?
Information information on the mythic hero Alexian, the hero of the 3 gods.
Who are the 3 gods? Well, I don't know.
Prayed to the Changebringer here or in the Rise, maybe?
Well, I don't know, like, because this, like, right here, this is an old folk ballad, and it talks about three gods, right? Like the three prime deities.
Yeah.
So this right here, Tulach Mina, Tulan Mina. It's you're butchering it. May I? Of course, Mr. Handsome Drow. Okay. Tulach Mulan, Tulalama, Tunich Mulairo. Long story short, it's there was a halfway god, the champion of the three prime. It's saying that there was a half god who prayed so hard that he almost became a god. Three gods shoved enough power up his butt that he nearly became divine. Is basically it's not. Don't take me verbatim. Please don't quote that in a book. No, that's
I
basic.
mean, I think that's more interesting than most things I've read.
Zarya, could you become a god just by praying hard enough?
I mean, it's not unheard of for someone to ascend to godhood.
Especially
has
on
happened.
that.
But you should do it. You should get on your prayers.
What would happen if somebody did that? Would they be shunted out?
I don't know.
They're a god.
But this is really interesting. So if you're talking about that, this kind of reminds me of this. She'll turn a couple pages back and shows you. Keiko, you're going to see that she's holding up a much nicer sketch of the Jewel of Three Prayers.
Whoa.
So, this
Why is that version nicer?
version?
I've
She's
seen drawings
gorgeous,
of it.
right?
Of it not as nice.
Well, it's...
Lixian is involved with a sketch of that.
Still don't know who that is. So this is a lost vestige. I don't know what its nature is, but it's my belief that through what we've been researching here is that it was an ordinary amulet until it was filled with all sorts of divine power during the calamity, and I think it's tied to this guy or this hero, gender non-specific. It kind of implies masculine if you actually look at the declension of. Thank you, sir. I mean it's masculine neuter, but if you colloquially. He's handsome but rude.
Right now he has a stick somewhere lodged right
anyway,
up there.
Very
so,
far.
Anyway, I think that they're connected. I think that the power of the gods got put and maybe changed this amulet.
And
Into?
we are
I don't know.
And
So if we
we
find
think
it, if
that
someone found it, they could just try it out, right?
and I think we're investigating the same thing because we believe that the person who prayed really hard was a hero by the name of Alexian. Did I get that right? He looks at Malice.
Alexian. Yes, just
Can you spell that?
close together.
Alexian. Like this? She got it. Like
Yes.
that?
Nice.
Interesting. Where did you hear that? I've never heard that before. It's
Really old folktale.
Research.
Yeah.
Wives'
Yeah.
tale.
Yes.
Well, that's really fantastic. If you have any other knowledge about this, I would really love to hear it. Yeah, because right now, I'm trying to do all this research while all of my other compatriots are in town on their expedition, and
I have two questions for you.
yeah.
One,
Does that
is
make
there
three?
anything in there that... No. Two questions for one question. Does it say anything in your book about what happened to the halfway god after he failed to become one?
Well, can you make me an insight check?
What a good question.
Starting to get a little annoying, sweet thing.
19.
She kind of gets kind of embarrassed shy all of a sudden. Well, I mean, I'd really like to know myself, to be honest. If there's probably more information inside of Betrayer's Rise, but I ain't been up there in a couple of days.
But your compatriots have been up there on their, you said, expedition?
Yeah, they're the type who like excitement over introspection, and
I hear it is quite dangerous up there.
yeah, it's pretty scary.
Do you want to come with us?
No, the last time I went in there, I went in with the expedition, I heard voices, and
Voices.
they were calling to me by name. I mean, maybe they weren't calling to me by name because my name's pretty easy to just call out and lead to a lot of confusion. So I don't know. I came down with a sudden. Okay, I ran under this screaming, and I've had a tummy ache and haven't been able to go up since. I'm having a very convenient time of the month. I just can't. I can't.
Well, you can. We'll protect you. I have this shield,
And I probably should because they haven't come back yet.
Well,
Right.
we'll protect you. Do you see me? She'll like flex her arm muscles for her, and she'll be like, "We'll keep you safe."
There's also nothing wrong with not being comfortable facing danger. Question. Not everyone is built for it. We're happy to go look for your friends, even if you aren't comfortable going.
Yes.
Why would you do that?
We're going there anyway.
Well, if they're stuck in there, they might need
To
help.
research. And that too.
And
Oh, and the research.
Yes.
you got to be really careful. I mean, like I said, if something happened to them.
Sabina will like take her hand and kind of pat it.
As you're patting her hand, everyone but Dorlin is going to notice. Sorry, your perception's too low. That across the bar, most of the Aurora Watch does not give two shits about you. Most of the people there are Aurora Watch, but there is one other person inside there that is giving you a look. A gaunt figure across the bar, with scarlet robes and kind of like a big, kind of saggy beret. You know the type I'm talking about. Almost like a chef's hat. All in scarlet. A blonde elf is flipping through a book and drinking very slowly out of a beer glass. Is kind of pointedly not looking at you, but eavesdropping.
Sabina will like kind of make eyes at Keiko and Phallus and Zarya and probably Dorlin, who doesn't get it, but just kind of.
Keiko will wink and then just like get up from the bar to go over to the elf.
Perfect.
Oh, she's got this.
Sabina.
Yes.
What does that mean?
He's.
Are we winking now?
Yes. It's sorry. I had something in my eye. It was just like. You
I
know
have
how
some
you
clear eyes, and she'll hold up like a little jar. It's great after I use some of the halfling wheat. I mean, whatever you need it for to clear yourself out.
Oh, thank you. And she'll take a little bit and rub a little in her eyes.
It's very it's very soothing.
Perfect.
Oh, I have something like that.
If she's still looking a little sad, Dax will also. If she's like sitting on a bar stool, Dax will come over and sort of like gently set his head down on her lap.
Oh, what a nice big kitty. Oh, you've got big teefies. Oh, look at you. You're cute. Keiko, stepping across the bar, do you head over to the elf?
Keiko will grab a mug of ale. Does the elf's mug of ale look empty?
So it's like about 2/3 of the way full still.
Two-thirds of the way full. Okay.
Sorry, are you an optimist or a pessimist? She's drank about 1/3 of it.
Yes. Okay. So Keiko will grab one for herself then, and she'll kind of just sidle up to the side of the elf. Well, hello there. How's it going?
I was just going to come over and say hello to you.
Oh.
Quite loud, that one, isn't she?
Yes.
Aloysia Telfa.
Ah. You're one of the academics?
I've been known as such. I'm here on a scouting mission looking for some materials. I was actually going to come over and talk to you. It's rare to see anyone aside from the Aurora Watch out here.
Ah.
Is
Oh,
that
good
your
you're coming
entire-
over to talk.
Is that your entire party over there?
Maybe. Depends on your definition. Our party's been fluctuating a little bit. We had more traveling companions and now we have less, but this is how we started when we first got to the festival. It's a complex answer.
I see. Well, I'll get to the point. Perhaps I should talk to your entire party, or are you the managing partner?
Keiko will flip her hair. I'm the obvious leader and manager for our party.
Good. Well, let me get to the point. There's a prayer site deep inside of Betrayer's Rise, and from what I've gathered of your conversation with Question, it would be beneficial for us to combine forces. I'm willing to pay you, 5 of you, 50 gold pieces each to accompany you inside. I'm looking for a particular mineral that might be found at the prayer site. It's said to be infused with the power of Ruidus.
You just want basically like a bodyguard service?
Yes, that would be very advantageous. I hear that it's quite vexing inside of there for fragile sorts like myself. And
Yes, for you. I mean, I don't know why I say I'm pretty fragile sometimes. I was gonna say spellcaster, but I fling spells as well. But
positively dainty, yes.
aren't I? But you're not. So you know Question? You're familiar with her?
No, but she's very
Trish-
loud. I know of her. You're speaking. I know some things about the stories that you're sharing, though. I'm a bit of a folklore expert.
No. Well, mate, why don't you come join us? Have a round on me.
Never let me say no to having a free drink. Of course, I suppose that I'm just buying it with my own money in the future, since you'll be working for me before long.
Yes, I mean this one I think is paid for by my excellent singing.
Uh-huh. Yes,
And
it was
lute
excellent, by the way.
playing.
I particularly liked your rendition of Bazzoxan.
No, thank you.
I think perhaps re-sing that with Ruidus instead of Bazzoxan, since you have a red light involved and all.
Oh,
You don't have to put on the red light.
Ruidus.
You don't have to
Yeah,
do the red
yeah.
light, travel round the
Yes.
sky, ruin it for all the other guys, that type of thing.
Are you sure you're not a bard?
Folklore means folk music a lot of the time.
That's true. Well, why don't you join us?
So she'll follow you over. Dressed in her long red robes, she definitely stands out a bit from the Aurora Watch there. And she'll
Can I
introduce...
make an insight check too as we're walking
sure.
over, kind of thing?
What are you trying to gather out of it?
Just I'm trying to gather like just general. Is there any slight sort of like shiftiness to her? Her you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. If there's any like slight shiftiness to it, like, the body language, just like.
You know what? Yeah, go ahead and make me an insight roll. To describe her body language as she walks, like she's wearing a lot of layered clothing, but she has a movement style that really just kind of proclaims girl boss on a pillow.
Nice. That's gonna be a 5.
A 5? Okay. So as she is walking with you, you're getting the vibe that she's a businesswoman first. What she does in her spare time and what probably mercantile reasons she might have for finding this mineral that she's looking for. She walks and is dressed like someone who appreciates the fine things in life and knows how to get them.
Okay.
So she seems very no nonsense.
Okay.
She'll approach and introduce herself to each of you, and question will kind of curl up a little bit of, oh, another folklore expert. How wonderful. You're speaking of the a hero of the calamity, an unidentified one that might be this Elixian.
Lixian. Lixian.
Yes, correct.
If it's the hero that I've heard of, I hear that he comes from hailed from the lands of Wildmount. Let's see. Was born under the full moon of Ruidus and wields the Vermilion Moon's power. Let's see. Participated in climactic battles across the continents of Wildemount and Marquette, including the battle that Betrayers Rise. In fact, he died here, if it's the same hero I'm thinking of, and was brought back to life as a vengeful revenant by Evander the Changebringer. And wore a pendant. Let's see. That contained the power of 3 gods. Yes.
So if he was looking for his pendant, that would be a bad thing? You said he's a vengeful revenant.
I said he was. He's probably long dead.
Is there anything you've read that says what his purpose was as a revenant? My understanding is they live as long as their task is unresolved.
Probably whatever his god told him to do. Evander the Changebringer brings change, so it was the middle of the calamity. I would say probably as some type of super soldier.
Oh. Interesting. But yeah, anyway, she wants to hire us to take her up into
Absolutely.
the
50
big
gold pieces to escort me into Betrayer's Rise.
I said yes. Because I am the leader. And Kegel wink.
Sure, yes, exactly. If you say yes, then let's
What is
let's
with
do
all the
that
winking?
then.
Of course you're the leader. I think Dorlin actually said that the first session.
Question. I do have a question for you. I think you did, yeah.
Yes, of course.
I do have a question for you. You said that you heard some voices when you were up there at some point.
Oh, you're
Whereabouts?
talking
How
to
far?
me?
Question, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, question.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking question. I have a question. Yeah, sorry.
No.
Not too far in. Betrayer's Rise is, well, I wouldn't be able to really... She wouldn't be able to market for you. Betrayer's
Okay.
Rise... It doesn't keep the same geography for everyone who enters.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. It's warped by the powers of the Abyss.
Right.
If we go with
Alright.
you,
Thank you.
can we, if we go with you and agree, can we help her friends if we find them, and try and bring them out? that wouldn't interfere.
So long as it doesn't interfere, I don't see why not. So long as you understand that we're there for a mission. Should you want to heal them, stabilize them, and help them escape? If it doesn't slow us down, sure. But I'm paying for bodyguard services to escort me inside. Not paying to go and rescue a bunch of scholars who might have gotten in over their heads.
Well, in that case, you don't need to pay me, Miss Telfin.
Excuse me?
You don't have to pay me. I would much rather make sure that someone is safe. To make sure that they're safe. If it comes down to it, I would try to save everyone, but I think
So
we
you're
should take the
turning
time.
down my offer.
I don't speak for my whole party, but I will turn it down. Thank you, though.
It's very noble. I need money.
We all turn it down, then. Sabina speaks for all of us. Valas will echo.
I don't want anyone to. Alice, I don't want anyone else to lose out on the money if they want it. I'll still go, but she just doesn't have to pay me.
If any of you change your mind, I will be happy to accept your service. Presuming I don't find anyone else to do the job before you. You'll know where to find me. I hope you'll reconsider. They're probably long dead anyway. And Question is going to start crying. Like, she's going to get that shock look and just have a breakdown, at which point Alosia is going to just turn, heel, and just walk away. Practically leaving a trail of ice behind her boots.
I'm so sorry, everyone. I didn't want you to lose out on that. I just didn't think it was fair to risk someone else's life for 50 gold.
Well, you know what?
It's
She
okay,
doesn't have a
Sabina.
great vibe about her anyways. That was
Real
a little
bitch
Sabina,
vibe,
rude.
right? Real bitch vibe.
Yes, but we could have got. I mean, we're fast. We could have saved the people and gone out in time. There was no
Sabina,
time
I just wasn't
limit.
going to say that I was going to do that. If the moment came up between
Yeah, I
choosing,
was gonna lie and
if the
save
moment
them
came up
anyway.
between choosing, I
She's
would have
probably
just told her
going
to
to go-
keep her money.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think you did right. I just don't know if we'd run across any of them.
You're just so soft-hearted, my friend. We just were going to lie and you weren't.
Well, it wasn't
I'm
a
sorry,
lie.
I
I
should have
just
picked up on that. I'm the one
It's-
that told you all to lie earlier. I should have.
no. It wasn't a lie. It was just change. Well, you know what? 50 gold or someone's life. Like, if we find them and save them, I'll just do that instead. And it's about Oh! I forgot about the Forgotten Wall.
Let's go
We
to the
just- we
Forgotten
haven't-
Wall.
All right.
We haven't what?
I said we haven't gotten there yet. We're still talking here. We hadn't forgotten about it. I hadn't forgotten about it.
Question: We're gonna go to the wall, and then we're gonna prepare, and then we're gonna try and find your friends.
I don't have all that gold to pay you, though.
Well, we're going in there anyway, right?
That's why we turned it down.
Keiko?
Question.
Keiko?
What? Sorry, I got distracted.
We're going in there
I would-
anyway, right?
Oh, we're gonna go in there anyway. Just we're going to be
Looking at-
250 gold less than if we would have went and taken advantage of her. But yes, I'd
I'm
love to
sorry,
save
Keiko.
lives, but unfortunately we can't eat them.
Keiko.
I mean, you could.
I
It's
guess we
true.
could.
Good. But think of how much treasure we're going to find inside. 250 gold? It's going to look like nothing.
And
That's
what
true.
if we find that mineral that she's looking for? Then we can just sell it to her.
Sure, that probably would be easier.
What was she looking for anyway?
Some sort of mineral that absorbed the power of Ruidus or something like that.
Probably red. It's always red.
Probably. Yeah.
It's gonna have some stupid name too.
Like
Rudinite.
Do I know anything about Rudinite?
Not off the top of your head. No.
All right.
No. Oh. Let's drop our bags off and get to that. Well, let's finish our drinks and then get to that wall. What do you say?
Yeah.
That sounds
Sounds
good.
Downing your drinks. You let Question cry herself out at the bar and let her slam back another ale. And you all prepare to go and head out to the Wall of the Unforgotten, which is where we'll pick up game in just a couple minutes. We'll be right back, everybody. Everybody, welcome back. This is the part of the program where we talk to the chat. That's you. So quick notice just before we begin. We're going to talk for about 10 minutes right now, and then we're going to head Keiko over to the barracks because Robin is going to be bowing out a little early tonight because she's got, of course, like family stuff that she needs to deal with. But thank you so much for being here as long as you were, Robin.
Yeah, no, thanks for having this. It's a healthy thing to recognize your mental limits, and it's one of those things where it's like, yep,
It is, and you got to check in with people.
It's been a day, and so
if you need anything else,
we're around if you need anything.
yeah, I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, and
I'll be good. I'll still probably be like watching while I'm zoning out in bed, but
yeah.
Be good. What is
I
this?
know,
Be
Dorman,
good.
that's
Be good.
hard for you.
I don't know. Yeah, game's not going to go too terribly long tonight. I have to go take care of the dog after this as well, so I need to make sure that he gets some attention because his normal caregivers are out. So, yeah, so hi everybody. Do you have any questions about Betrayer's Rise or this Dragon Age plot? This is just Dragon Age. Like, it's just Dragon Age. It's like, let's drop a bunch of terms.
I like Dragon Age.
It's true, but it had a glossary that you could refer to.
That's true.
That didn't,
That's why we have Robin.
Ta-da!
Yeah, Robin when her brain's not broken. Today
Yeah.
it's a sorry.
It's okay. I'm trying to
broke.
take notes.
Yeah.
there's a lot here. There's a lot going on here.
I did mention earlier in our little chat, but I wanted to share with everyone the fact that I was flipping through my notes to try to find answers, and I have a single thing highlighted that just says 45 minutes-ish goblin flirting. And I was like, what on earth does that mean? And it meant at about the 45-minute mark, there was flirting with a goblin that I wanted to pull as a clip. But it took me a while to be like, when
Nice.
did we flirt with a goblin for 45 minutes?
Always.
Oh my gosh,
I really
45
enjoy
minutes.
like how much the setting is like they're people. Like a lot of like the stereotypical D&D settings. It's just like, oh, monsters raiding tribes, blah blah blah, or stupid goblins, like whatever. But like this is just like they're people, and it's just like, oh, this is awesome because you can reason with them. I
like that the monstrous races have just been like, it's like, no, they're peoples.
I love
They're part of
the option
society.
for even if you don't have the like even if you don't have the like any kind of stats for it, and they do kind of like give some ideas of it. I love the thing about like in the Tal'Dorei guide or whatever, or Wildbont about like, okay, like, you know, having like a bugbear with darker skin because one of their parents was a drow, or having like a drow with like tufts of fur all over the ears because it was like a bugbear, or like
Because of a science
hobgoblin.
project gone wrong, yeah.
Right? No, it's just cool. Like it's a really interesting. I think my favorite that I've seen Dork Tales do has been Witchlight, and I try not to watch it because one of my other groups wants to play it and run it. but like I'm digging the setting, like for this. This is really interesting. Like it feels like there's a lot of opportunity to just learn and investigate and have fun.
It's good. Like you haven't really played in any of our homebrew, Chris, but we do that on Elos as well. Particularly things like the Drow, which are typically used as like evil characters, right? We just made them Australian because they come from down under. Obviously,
the land of ice and snow. Sorry, wrong song.
There's a question from the chat. TK, hey TK, how's it going? How do you manage a campaign practically every day as well as multiple, whereas every other DM does it once a week or once every 2 weeks? Hey, Tabletop Titties, good to have you on the raid. Hey,
hello,
we're doing our break chat right now. So what we end up doing is
very complex rituals with blood sacrifices so that Kelly can survive.
That's where Boutique Medics comes in.
So I will say that is one of the reasons that I've been doing a lot of modules, is because they require a completely different type of prep that's much easier. Also, I have my notes already pre-written in the form of the book, and I just highlight the shit out of it. Once I got over writing in the book, things got way easier. But I don't know. I have attention deficit disorder, so I just kind of... What were you gonna say, Chris?
You've got a tendency to like go just all out and do everything constantly, like, and try and like go nuts over making it as big and as best as possible in the most intriguing story. And like I've seen you kind of burn out a few times like over the years, but like it's you've definitely learned how to push yourself constantly.
I always think I can do more.
Excellence. And it's wonderful, and it's noticed and seen, but like sometimes I just like look, I don't even have to, like, honestly, for me, like I don't even have to know what you're doing. I look at the schedule and I'm like, I'm exhausted already just looking at it.
Yeah. Well, like, Krista and I have been trying to make sure that we had room for Strixhaven when that goes live.
So many doodle polls, so many Google calendars.
Well,
it's insane.
The schedule.
I hate doodle polls.
I hate doodle polls. Well, especially because they've made it a pay to use thing too. So if you don't,
then we won't use them anymore.
You have to go through like 3 links to get the free version now. It's a pain in the ass. But the long story short, it's one of the problems with games is that you'll notice that we'll have like a serial cancellation, and it's because the necessity of role playing games is that if one brick falls out, other games will collapse, because if one person's sick, then another person's sick. Like, we were supposed to do an off-screen recording tomorrow for the Patreon. We've already done one this month, but we're supposed to do one tomorrow. But one of our players is still ill, like recovering from COVID, and she's just not okay to do this. Like, her voice isn't completely back. She's falling asleep like 20 hours a day, and she's resting up because we finally want to come back for Mage the Ascension on Saturday, because everybody has been like basically stabbing me with hot pokers to get this game back up and running. So we're not doing that, but then we have to do another thing to figure out, when does this happen? What does happen? And this is the bane of my existence, are bi-weekly games, because when you miss one, it becomes a monthly game, and that's rough. That's rough.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
So I did want to say something real quick, and we were just rated by our friends Tabletop Titties, and Tabletop Titties, I have a little blurb that I want to say about them, because we're doing this happy little supportive exchange thing. So have you heard about Tabletop Titties? Speaking of things that go above and beyond, Tabletop Titties, the weekly queer and feminist tabletop role-playing live stream team, is back for their 3rd season, folks. They will be once again streaming both Dungeons & Dragons and Vampire the Masquerade live Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or Pacific Daylight Time, depending on what time of the year you're in. Hopefully not for long in terms of the daylight savings. With all new characters exploding an all-new premise, Escaping Tessora follows a group of friends who are sucked into a high fantasy escape room, having to fight their way out. That really sounds actually really cool. With the help of newly acquired avatar bodies equipped with powerful new skills, this show will explore themes of self-discovery, knock off pop culture references, chosen family intrigue, and queer culture. And then, don't forget, Wednesdays at 8:30 Pacific, Titties by Night returns with its 2nd season, and the stakes have never been higher. With the recent release of Bram Stoker's Dracula, the city of London is bound to panic over the alleged existence of vampires. Will the investigators of the occult and unusual be able to hold back the wave of fear, or will they break under the pressure? Good thing they'll have 2 new kindred joining the coterie. catch the streams at twitch.tv/tabletoptitties, or you can catch up with the VODs on youtube.com/tabletoptitties. And remember, you can't spell titties without double D's. Because that's not in the script, but I threw that in because I know you'd love it because you wrote it so well. So yeah, our friends over at Tabletop Titties are doing a bunch of great stuff. Dungeons and Dragons, that really, and I mean this in a positive way, this super weird escape room avatar concept, which I love, followed by their vampire Victorian game, which seems like it's more like the Dresden Files than like a Vampire the Masquerade game, which I'm down for. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, folk.
Also, hi to Liching Hour.
Hey, Liching Hour, how's it going?
Awesome
Any last minute things before we hop back into game? It's been about 9 minutes.
I just want to say, you mentioned Tiger's Eye earlier, and I had to grab the little frog's eye.
That's just hilarious. It's
Oh.
hilarious.
No,
So
like, it was just like, as soon as you mentioned that, I was like, I have to grab this.
So it is a tiger's eye, like a chunk of tiger's eye right there.
That's
that he's
great.
I
holding.
thought that it looked
I don't
like
know
a
if you
little
can see it
frog
proper, but yeah.
curling up.
nice.
It's a
Hey, Riggs, good to see you. All right. So other fun stuff. So if you are on the Patreon, I just want to let you know, patreon.com/dorktales. I believe all tiers just got advanced access to a very special trailer that just dropped. I'm not going to say anything about it, but for $1 a month. Except,
And to everyone's saying that, like, oh, Krista, you did such a great job, and I'm like, I didn't do shit.
you
It was all
recorded, you did the
Kelly.
lines.
I read your lines. That's all I did.
I saw that this morning. I was like, all right. Now I feel how
everyone has been saying it. I'm like, nope, it was Kelly. Nope, it was Kelly. Nope,
I
it was
appreciate
Kelly.
you, because you know how that feels, right? As the one behind the scenes doing stuff, you're just like, you son of a bitch.
Kelly was the one that put 18 hours of work into it, not me.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Krista. I appreciate you. It's a lot of fun. You should go watch it. I've also started on another trailer for another game that's starting this summer. And if anybody knows out there in the D&D scape, please let me know whether or not they are dropping another module in September, because everybody seems to be really on the fence about this, whether or not there is one or whether or not it's just Spelljammer in August. Let me know, because I really hope there isn't, man. Like, I really hope, because I'll just die. I don't have any other days. I'm required to take 2 days off a week by my life.
By your everybody.
By my everybody. By my doctors, basically. Oof. All right. Any last words before we hop back into the game?
Thank you, Robin. You're wonderful. Thank you for being here, and we love you.
It is true. We love you very much, Robin.
Take care of yourself.
I was sure there was only Spelljammer 2, Slouching Beast. Also, straighten your posture, Beast. Sorry. I am also a Slouching Beast, which is why I took posture check off of our channel points, because I was like, I wonder if I should take hydrate off of there, because there's like, I see it in the middle of the game, I'm like, yes. I'm
honest. I
role-playing.
love it because it reminds me.
So long as people know that it's at our own time. It's at our own time. God damn it, Riggs. All right. So, folks, we're going to head back into game in just a second. Also, I apologize for all of the drow names in this. Hello, my name is Trululele. And la 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 la. I haven't forgotten about Radiant Citadel. Okay, so here's the deal about Radiant Citadel. If you go to youtube.com/dorktales, you can watch Candlekeep Mysteries, a 17 part, in 19 parts, I believe it was, series where we did 17 different adventures in 20 weeks. I believe it took us 20 weeks, 22 weeks, something like that. We're not doing it again. It was a lot. Radiant Citadel is a bunch of little standalones. If somebody else wants to run those on the channel, like if Krista, you wanna run an episode someday, and I want to run an episode in the future, that's fine. It's a lot to do those little like popcorn modules. So
It's a lot of scheduling.
Honestly, and I need people to
If
understand
nothing
this.
else.
I work between, so Dork Tales is about, for me, on a light day it's 7 hours of work. On a normal day it's closer to 12 and that 12 to 14 with the stream. Almost half of that not streamed is admin, like making sure people are in the right places and that we have scheduling. It's ridiculous. The amount of time I stare at my Google Calendar is just like ridiculous. It's just dumb. It's awful. Yes.
Yeah, I'm excited to have my move finished and like be in my new place and figure out what I'm doing for work, so that then I can be like, okay, I can actually take a realistic look at what this looks like and how much more I can do. And everything's just so in flux.
Nice. It's gonna be good. But yeah, so we're gonna hop into game right now. And last thing, we are very excited for Dragonlance. I started reading Dragonlance when I was like 10, and Chris, you're very excited for Dragonlance as well. And I know some other people who are. Y'all need a producer. Well, you can become a producer at patreon.com/dorktales.
A demonic producer?
Or a divine producer. Or a wizardly producer. Yeah, I need a. I mean, like, I have producers. I have a wonderful content creation team that works under me. Krista's in charge of doing all of our TikToks. Robin is outreach. Christine,
that look on Krista's face.
You've been busy.
Just that I feel awful that I haven't been on it. But yeah, it's just been like with the move, and I've had to basically redesign my entire position at work so that other people can do it, because I do a lot of stuff that nobody else can do because I teach myself weird shit.
Have y'all ever seen that like gif of like the cowboys like wrangling a bunch of like stray cats everywhere? That's like the production team and Kelly trying to make one of these happen, even if it's just a few of us. And like, it's not an exaggeration.
You're all wonderful, though. Now, without further ado, though, Robin's got to get going, so I'm going to hop us back into game because we've already been a little bit over time, which is our want. So sorry, Robin, we're about 5 minutes over. We'll speed you out of here. I told you we'll be out of here by 10. So thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and love you all very much. But it is time to hop back into Call of the Netherdeep. Bring. What's that? Is that the Netherdeep? And Robin, did you just send me a message?
Do not answer.
Oh.
Okay.
That's not Robin. Don't answer.
What?
It's coming from inside the Nethers.
It's coming from Robin, are you coming from inside my Netherdeep?
Oh my goodness.
I think this is the wrong channel for that kind of a game.
Did I have the mature button on? Let's for the click. All right.
Yeah.
I was going to say, is the mature button on? Because there was a lot of talk in the chat earlier that it's applicable to this.
Honestly, like, that button doesn't do a damn thing, so I don't care.
Like Valis being Xandria's the...
All right, Soloman got it summed up right there. It's time to Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, let's head back into Dungeons and Dragons here on Dork Tales. Welcome back to Call of the Netherdeep here on Dork Tales. After dropping your things off, you head back out into town. The bustling, the oppressive atmosphere of Bazzoxan is rife with the sounds of sobbing, the sounds of marching, training, drilling, preparing. This is a cork holding back the flow of demonic energy. The last bulwark. And as you head back out into the city, a bit of sulfurous tasting dust blows across your lips, reminding you that this place is not a pleasant one. What do you do?
So, you guys are gonna go to the wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
Before I forget.
Yes, before you forget, for the Unforgotten Wall. Honestly, I think we should split up. Why don't I... Because I was part of the Aurora Watch. Why don't you can walk me down to the barracks, I will chit-chat for a bit, you guys go do your wall thing and come get me. It will be fine. I'm a big Goliath, I can handle myself.
I think that sounds all right. Well, but because also the barracks is probably one of the safer places with all of the military folk or people who know how to fight, essentially.
Wait, you used to work for the Aurora Watch?
Yeah, I was a soldier. Actually, I was a sergeant.
Nice.
That's who I not.
Awesome. Great. And you guys can do that. Come get me. I'll talk shop with the soldiers, pull rank a little bit, and see what I can gather. And then we'll go meet up and go to sleep, and then go find some people.
I think that's a perfectly good plan.
Yes, I think that sounds lovely.
Stay safe.
Excuse me.
Stay away from those mouths.
Excuse me, which way to the barracks? Stand that way. Thanks. It's down this way.
Very good detective work, Valis.
I just turned to the first hobgoblin on the street.
That's pretty detective work as far as I know.
They
So I find out most things.
To ask a hobgoblin, they have very good innate senses of direction. Not to be... Is that weird to say? It's a bit weird. You'll hear in the distance. It was a compliment.
Well,
Ruin's so sensitive these days.
Hard times.
let us go drop Keiko off, and then we shall deliver Dolan's delivery.
Excellent.
You continue to walk
Don't know.
down.
I was gonna say, don't knock the wall down with your rock.
Don't you dare. See that expression on your face.
I mean, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to think. Let's see what the wall looks like first. I mean, if it's an impressive wall, like just even doing the math on it might be kind of interesting. But that doesn't mean I'm going to do it.
I have a feeling it's a somber wall.
I made the bridge in like 9-10 seconds tops.
Oh my god.
You're referencing a play I don't think I've seen.
It's very good. It's about adventurers and people that do what we're doing, where they're going into a place no one believes exists.
Ow! Sorry, I just bumped into this damn cart with my knee. Mm.
Oh my god.
What? No, what?
Oh gods, I said.
Oh.
Oh gods, let's
Sorry.
go.
Yeah, this knee, right here, this knee. All right.
Perfect.
Okay. And before long,
Good luck, Keiko.
you'll find yourselves there at the front door of the barracks. Now, these barracks are filled with the sounds of chattering voices, shouting orders, clanging metal. Armored Aurora Watch soldiers go about their business, performing drills, sharpening their weapons. And as you approach, you are going to see an orc. An orcish. What do you think? Woman, man, Keiko? What do you think?
Let's go, man.
Let's go, man. An orcish man standing by the front door, kind of, just kind of doing some stretches. It'll all be. Attention, Sergeant!
That is.
At ease. You find that I outrank you now.
Oh, do you?
It's Turok.
What a...
Turok Gristlegrinder. We served,
Gristlegrinder.
how many years ago was it? I remember you. Not many Goliaths come down here looking to join the Aurora Watch.
Right, I was missing battle.
You're missing
You
your
know.
armor.
I've gone into song instead. I've taken up barding.
What are you, a traveling bard crew, the all of you? Is that why you've got your bosoms out and you've got two?
We're not all.
Not you,
no.
small one. I'm assuming you're the manager.
I also play the flute.
Same thing.
I think he's talking to you, Dolan. He says he says you have your bosoms out.
Yeah, he does.
Stolen.
How are you going to respond?
What brings you to Bazzoxan, Sarge?
Oh, just
Well, I mean,
Yes, right. You're right, Todd.
hunting your wild stories. Honestly.
my
Tell you
shirt
what.
doesn't go down that. How?
This one right here. This one right here.
You're just.
This one right here. Sergeant Scar
Yes.
is responsible.
Sergeant?
Is responsible for this one. He pulls his shirt aside, like lifts his armor, kind of
Oh.
spreads the plates, revealing like a couple of like this really massive, about the size of like a baby's fist, like, or I guess about the size of Sabina's fist, like scar. This, like, his skin is very kind of a green gray, but like here it's this bright kind of slate gray where the skin is all puckered. This right here, if she hadn't been there, it would have been about 3 inches to the right.
It's true.
It's
That's a
true. You
bad
saved
place.
my life. And my husband and
I
both of my
thought-
kids owe you a drink. But they're not here and I am, so come on inside.
Perfect. All right, guys.
Oh, just you?
Yeah, they're gonna go do something with the wall.
Good.
We have business to attend to.
They're not the soldiers' life. They won't understand the culture going on in there.
Nice rabbit.
Can you direct us to the Wall of the Unforgotten?
Oh shit. Who died?
I don't know. Somebody was in the infirmary and they said that this needed to go there.
All right. So, you know the inn? You know the ready room
Yes.
right there?
Yes.
All right. So, you take the left road. Basically, follow the western road from the town square. All right. Then you can hit a tower, and when you hit the tower, you're gonna go. Well, if you hit the tower, you've gone too far, actually. So, just walk down that way. There's a big fucking wall.
Oh. It seems like it's going to be hard to miss.
I mean, probably. I mean, I don't know.
All right.
I mean,
Okay. Thank you. Let's go. And
Uh,
Keiko.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
just say your goodbyes. I've got it for a while.
Oh, don't do anything I would do. I think that's
Well,
the
that's-
safest thing to say,
yes.
right?
Yes, that's quite good advice, actually.
All right, let's
Honestly,
go.
yeah, that's probably good.
Would he get
Yeah.
shit-faced?
Oh.
I don't think
Yeah.
he gets your face.
Let's go. Let's go.
I
do
would
that
try to. I would try to.
See, well, I'm not gonna try. I'm going to do it.
then. Let's do it and talk about.
Damn my gnomish constitution.
Talk about the old days.
Ah, sounds great. All right, guys. Good luck.
All right.
Good
Ta.
luck to you as well.
You're with the weirdest fucking people these days. They'll hear as you walk into the barracks. All right, and Robin.
Rotting
We'll ride off on her moorbounder.
All right, Robin. Have a great night. We'll see you.
Thanks.
We'll see you next time. We'll see you on Saturday for Mage.
Have a good night, Robin. Take care of
Night,
yourself, all right?
guys. Good luck.
Night.
Good luck.
Take care.
Bye.
I love that with ping, it doesn't mess up anything when you just shut that down. Because that was my big worry whenever anybody would leave or come into another game. Is like with Witchlight, it's like, oh no, everything collapses and I have to go to another screen. But with ping, it's
Oh,
literally
holy
like,
crap. Yeah, I just looked on the Twitch. That's awesome.
yeah, it's just
Like-
she's gone. So it's just like, all right, well,
Oh.
whatever. Not a big deal. And I'll
I got to admit, there's a couple of like I like the like
Look at
Zoom
Twitch right
chat,
now.
like pause and like unpause, like, or mute and unmute rather, but overall I think
yeah.
I think I like this better, like a lot better personally.
It's-
It was different and took a little bit to get used to, but I do like it. Sorry.
It's more stable. The only thing I need to do is figure out a way to make sure the volume is more consistent, because with Zoom it automatically levels everybody. So I just need to find a way to do that a bit more cleanly. And I think it would be probably best. Anyway, folks, we're gonna head back into game for a few minutes, and okay. Anybody have anything they want to do or say before that? So Robin, have a great night. We miss you, and hope you're doing well. Okay. Leaving Keiko with the barracks, you head down the way to the Wall of the Forgotten. As you are walking, though, from nearby, heading up from the southern road to the gate, a red-faced human will stumble over to the corner, grab the side of one of the lampposts there, start swinging around. His face is as red as a hobgoblin's, and demons, they're coming to kill us all. We're all gonna die. They're gonna kill me. They're gonna kill you. They're gonna kill you. We're all dead. We're all dead.
Well, not yet, we aren't. And that's not the attitude to have.
Walking
You're a
Dead.
little drunk, aren't you?
I ain't meeting my maker sober.
Oh, I mean, that's fair.
And he's gonna tip a bottle of wine skyward, and just you're gonna watch the man drink a good quart of wine in one gulp.
Ooh.
Hey, why don't you share a little bit of that? I mean, if we're all gonna die.
And drinking like that's gonna kill you faster than the demons are.
Okay.
Gotta-
He's gonna throw it at you. He's gonna miss you.
Ooh.
But the empty bottle's gonna shatter at your feet, Dorlin.
I think he tried.
We're all fucked. I'm gonna die. Well, hurry up about it then. You'll hear someone else yell at him.
Hey, that's not helping. I'll yell at that direction.
Neither's
we
being
do
a
all
fucking
die.
coward.
We do all die at some point. But you gotta stand up and fight it. Why are you here if you're scared to die?
I'm gonna. I ain't no coward. I'm not gonna run as long as I can. As long as I. He's gonna start violently vomiting on the ground in front of you. Would you like me to make me? Oh, please make me a dex save. He's gonna kind of stumble over toward you, fall on his hands and knees, all fours, and start vomiting like a sick dog.
Oh!
Uh-oh. What was that
Not
noise?
good. It was not good. Oh yeah, an 8.
An
I got
8.
Uh,
You know what?
what?
I got a 21, but could I stand my
Yes.
ground
Uh,
and just let it?
you may always choose to be vomited on.
Okay, but I want to do it with like no reaction, kind of just like expecting it and just kind of look down, like look at him on all fours, like as he's doing that.
It honestly is impressive how much is coming out of this guy. Like, it's like you kind of look at it, you're like, this guy's a science project. Zarya, I'm
Me
sorry.
and Dax got 16.
Oh,
and
that's
18
okay.
Respectively.
Dax is going to leap back like a cat who got a tail trapped under a rocking chair. Just.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Zarya, those shoes, girl.
Oh no, my heels, my sandals.
Look, I want to.
Oh,
I want to tell you something. You're right.
I need to wash those.
We are all gonna die. But do you know what? Look up. You're good. You got this. Look up. Here, try this. And I'll just give him like a breath mint or something and use prestidigitation to just make him feel fresher. Like that fresh, like minty kind of like clean. It's like, look at me. And I'll just kind of like just gently like.
Are you an angel, man?
But I'm a short person and people look down on me a lot. But let me tell you something.
You're
doing what's right by standing up, because you know what, we are all gonna die, but you can make them hurt.
We're
to
all
do it.
gonna die.
No, but you can make them hurt.
What do I have to do, Angel? What do I have to? He's gonna start like trying to climb on you. You came down from a.
I give him a hug, a vomity hug.
Oh, thank you, fresh maker. Oh, I was
The mighty god Mentos.
Mentos,
Yeah.
the fresh maker.
I'm gonna like look at him and I'm actually gonna try and like intimidate him to like
Here, do
make
it.
him a little bit sober.
Do it. You'll
like,
do it with disadvantage because he is very drunk.
That's okay.
Oh, I'm
For some
crying.
strange reason, Dorlin is proficient in intimidation.
I was thinking you were proficient in vomiting for some reason when you said that. I don't know why.
Oh my god.
So that'll be a 14 at disadvantage.
That's still pretty. Okay.
It's like, look, if anyone is going to, we're all going to die, but if anyone is going to bring you down that path, you give them everything and you make them hurt to take that life away from you. I'm not going to say you're going to win. I'm not going to say you're going to do that, but you might be able to stop them from hurting somebody else and taking somebody else's life if you give it everything you've got. And that's what it is. Not being a coward.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, you're here. You got this. Because if you were trying to take my life, I guarantee
I
you'd
would
hurt.
never try to take your life, Mentos.
No, but
You're the fresh mech.
Jesus.
You're the lord of
The,
the lord of the cool band.
the only thing that can defeat Mentos is Lord Coca-Cola.
I need to get something. One moment.
Oh, true.
Diet Pepsi. God damn it.
Diet Pepsi.
Oi.
Oh no.
Okay, what do you got? What do you got there, Chris? What'd you run up to get? Was it a Diet Pepsi?
Just for after. No, it's not Diet Pepsi. It's for after this encounter. I've got my next prestidigitation
Okay.
tool lined up.
I'm gonna take a nap, sir. When I wake up, I will spread your fresh gospel of courage.
Just. What have I done?
I think you have your first follower.
He's gonna fall back in his vomit like he's making snow angels.
Oh.
Okay.
Susan, you have to find the red light.
At least he's a
Oh,
fan of Keiko's.
true.
My next little prestidigitation mechanic, I'm just gonna be like, bring out this nice little vial of this sanitized liquid and just be like, just watch the vomit just kind of fall off as I.
Is that?
Oh,
What-
me next. Oh, do me next, darling. She's gonna like kick out her feet and like with it comes splooshes of vomit. He got my sandals and my thigh and my calves. Thank you. It's refreshing.
All
Well,
right.
I hope that that helps.
He's gonna start snoring very loudly.
Can
I-
we move on, please? I don't do well
Wait.
let's
around
go.
throw
I
up.
make sure he's in the recovery position.
He's like face up. He's fine. Oh wait, no, that's
No,
not.
face
that's
up
bad.
is not good.
That's bad. That's
It's
bad.
not
Yeah, that's
good.
So they're covered-
Fine.
So, right.
Yes,
Actually, make me a medicine roll to see. You know what? You grew up. I know where you grew up. Make me a medicine roll with advantage.
Okay, with advantage.
Yeah, you need a 12.
All right. Woof. Okay.
If you botch, he
Okay, we're
dies.
good. We're good. I got a 14.
Okay, so you're good. You're like, okay, we'll tuck a rock under his face.
The first one I rolled is 7, so that was a
Okay.
5. So thank you for that advantage.
It's you grew up in Party City, so that makes sense.
Yep.
Oh my
not,
goodness.
not the store.
Just like in the bowels of Party City.
Right next to. Right,
I mean, hold on.
in the
That would
bowels of
explain a
Party
lot.
City.
That would explain a lot.
next
though.
next to the plastic boob chest pieces and the garlands and the dick hats.
All right.
Of course.
Y'all
The
heard
dick
it here
straw.
first. Party City
Oh my
and the Church
God.
of Dorlin tonight on Dork Tales.
Oh my goodness.
There we go. Not sponsored. Could be sponsored. Send us all of
Poor
your 12
Random
foot tall
is taking
skeletons.
notes for the wiki.
I mean, it's all good.
Oh,
As long
my
as
goodness.
Zandria's ass being Valis is in the wiki, we're good.
All right, Xandria's
That's
ass. I
true.
forgot about that, so that's pretty great.
It's so good.
All right, so leaving him on his side, do you continue over to the wall?
Yes, please.
Please.
All right. Heading over to the wall, where you don't need no education. The stench, pardon me, a stretch of stone wall, not a stench. A stretch of stone wall is carved with names wreathed in dried flowers, silver necklaces and ropes, weighted with good luck charms. The ground near the wall is cluttered with trinkets left there as offerings. A drow of the Aurora Watch prays near a corner of the wall. It looks like most of the names here are not... They're not stamped. They're not chiseled. Most of them looks like they're scraped onto the wall with the pointed tips of a service dagger. As you glance around, those of you with passive perception above, I'll say above 12, are going to see that the man that is kneeling on the ground, the drow, is bearing a symbol of the Luxon. He is fairly handsome. His bone structure elegant and high cheekboned, as many drow are. But his face is marred with a number of different scars, and as he is kneeling there, it takes you a moment from you are approaching from his right side to notice that the left leg from the knee down is actually an intricate prosthetic carved from a chitinous black rock, ringed with bands of pale purple light. He slowly stands as you approach.
Staring at his leg.
Be respectful. They've earned
No,
their rest. They deserve to have their rest honored.
I wouldn't dream of anything else.
Dorlin just holds up the tiger's eye.
Ah. And you see, like, his entire face, like, that stern demeanor just kind of melts like butter in a pan as he sees that, and he looks down at it. I see.
I don't know what to do with it, but I was asked to bring this here.
It's part of a, it's part of a new ritual done by a lot of the younger recruits of the Aurora Watch. Some of the younger ones. They're not sure if they're going to survive. They arrange to have a keepsake placed in the wall for themselves. Please, put it anywhere that you see fit. Anywhere that would be good.
Dolan's going to take that in, and for as long as he can, he's going to, like, spend a lot of time just kind of wandering around, looking at where everything is placed. And what were the carvings you said were on it again?
It looks like people have carved their names. And so, have you ever seen the
No,
Vietnam Memorial?
on the thing?
So it's a drowish name at the bottom of it. It looks.
But did you say there was like a symbol, like of an animal carved on it?
So it is carved in the shape of a rabbit.
In a rabbit. Okay.
So it's carved into the shape of a rabbit, and at the bottom of it is the name Nathan.
Is there anywhere on the ground? And I'm going to spend a little bit of time just kind of searching around, looking, try and find somewhere on the ground that might look like it could be. I'm looking for a burrow-ish thing or something that could be like representative of that, because I'm thinking, okay, bunnies live in the ground.
Make me an investigation check.
I can do that.
You can. So as you're doing that, the other two of you are going to watch as the priest goes back to praying down at the ground, dropping to his knees again and once again praying for the souls of the departed. Now, to give you a sense of what this looks like, the names are kind of carved in. Now, it's a bit haphazard, but it seems like kind of like an improvisational version of like the Vietnam Memorial, if you've seen that. Which I know that, like, I'm the only American here. You're all Canadians. If you ever have a chance to go down to DC and look at that, it is a hell of a monument. As someone who like studied monuments, it's a really good one. Despite, you know, the weight of it, it's definitely worth it. What are your other two doing?
Could I make a religion check or some sort of ceremony roll to see what rites might be appropriate?
Sure, go ahead.
I mean, also maybe mimicking his behavior, but
Sure, make me a religion check.
okay. Ooh, let me see. I think that's a 21, but I'm just going to double check.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 21. Yeah.
So at this point, offering some prayers to the souls of the departed is something that a lot of religions do. Joining in and offering a prayer as well would not be amiss. It would not be like a conflict of interest. It wouldn't be like a competition. You know, it's not like you would be going in with big god energy or something like that, like waving around to try to overtake his vibe or anything. So yeah, you could absolutely join in if you wanted to and offer a prayer of your own.
Yeah.
What does that
Sorry, I
look
will
like for
do
you?
that. For her, she's going to be touching the ground a lot. A lot of grounding, a lot of making sure, like a lot of down to the ground and then up into the air, kind of making sure that the bodies will stay in the soil, but the souls will be in their final resting place wherever they are.
Okay.
Those are the kind of broad strokes movements she kind of does as she prays for them.
Okay. Sounds good. Dorlin, what'd you get on your roll?
That would be a 16.
A 16? Okay. So you're going to easily find a place where the road is a bit more angled, so the wall kind of dips down into a little bit of a hole. There's a bit of erosion where water, when it does rain around here, is kind of pooled and pushed some of the stone and dirt away. A nice little hollow. It's a little bit bigger than that, but you could pack a little bit of dirt around to kind of give it like a little bit of a cementing of the basin if you wanted.
Yeah, I'll try and take my time with this to make it appropriate. Like, I don't know this person, but I'm thinking, okay, they have a rabbit on here. That's something somewhat important and symbolic. So I will try and Dorlin will try and like make it match and fit with that, not really knowing what it is that he's doing.
Okay. And while you two are doing that, what are Sabina and Dax doing?
Realizing what this was is she's probably like stayed at the end of the wall or like a ways away, or maybe is like leaning against another building and just kind of like twiddling her thumbs, and Dax is probably just kind of chilling.
And as you're standing there, Valaz is going to just kind of pace back and forth along the wall, looking at some of the names, and kind of you'll see from where you're standing on the edge of the wall that he's mouthing a few of them.
As he comes back, I'll sort of, are they people you knew?
A few. The younger ones. I guess I couldn't get away saying that all of us drow know each other.
No, but it's okay. We all have our tragic backstories that we don't tell anyone, right?
Not until it's dramatically important.
Exactly. That's how all the best plays do it.
And what is life if not a play? Eh, Sabina?
Exactly. We're
Yeah.
all but the players.
And he's going to kind of like drop down so he's eye level with you. I just want to make sure the joking around and stuff. Does it actually really get to you? Or is that part of the joke? Because you know I never want to make you uncomfortable.
It a little. It's put on a bit. I've spent a long time. I pass very well for a human child if I hide my ears. And it's how I got on for a really long time. And so I'm kind of stuck in that. And no one ever really taught me to grow up. So, I'm okay with it. I don't want to make anybody not enjoy themselves.
It's okay.
I'm just fine not partaking.
Maybe someday you'll find someone that you'd be interested in talking like that too. That doesn't make any sense. But if it ever does bug you, though, let me know. And if you, now I'm awkward.
I really appreciate it, Alice. Thank you so much for considering me. Like I said, most people just treat me like a child, so I appreciate that you are both treating me like a child in your consideration, but also treating me like an adult and taking my opinion seriously.
You're not a child. If anything, you're a crazy cat lady.
That's very fair.
Besides,
But you know, if you ever need anybody to pretend to be a child around here,
that's
distract
creepy.
somebody.
Don't do it. Don't do it. That's creepy. That's creepy.
But I am very good at it.
Disturbingly good at it.
I've had lots of years of practice. How I can't survive off of only the things that moorbounders eat, so.
Which is pretty much anything, isn't it? Are they mostly meat, right?
Predominantly raw meat, and halfling stomachs aren't quite as durable. I know we have a reputation of having durable stomachs, but they're not quite as durable as a moorbounder.
Hmm.
I think Dorlin's is probably stronger than mine.
Do you think he's actually doing okay? I don't think any of us are really doing okay, are we?
I think that might be a more apt description. I think we're all doing okay in our ways, and I think we are all helping each other do better.
The stick is being around places like Bazzoxan. I haven't been to Bazzoxan in a long time, and my memories of it are not pleasant. It hasn't changed too much. Places like this never do, for good or for bad.
I understand. That's why I had to leave the moors. Just bad memories.
Yeah. Well, I can't leave Zorhas.
Well, we all have our roots somewhere.
True.
I think that was in a book somewhere. I can't remember.
Probably. Maybe it was in that play you were talking about.
Might be. Although that one was more about underwater, which, I don't know, there's not many stories about being underwater, much is there, especially in some weird, different place that no one's ever been to.
Can't imagine being that far underwater. Thank you very much for waiting. I appreciate you taking the time to pray. The priest across the way says, rising and dusting his knees off. I see that you found a perfect place for that marker.
Oh, I think so. Maybe it's.
Come here.
You think it's the right spot? Hey.
I think that it's perfect. And although we do not pray to the same God, I appreciate that you offered some solace to these poor souls. If you're looking for another place to pray in town, there is an old temple nearby. It's not really hallowed ground anymore, but it might be comforting. if you would come here, please.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to give you all a token of apology for my initial sternness, where I'm not used to seeing people besides the Aurora Watch come here. Some of the locals, particularly the teenagers, like to vandalize the wall as
I mean, I think it was fair. I mean, I just was admiring your leg at first, so
this whole thing?
was...
It's
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm very curious about. I'm working on making similar things for people, and it's neat seeing professional interest.
of course.
Sorry, this isn't the right time.
It's fine. Feel free to take a look. My duties here my duties here are just about over for the time. But by way of apology, if you don't mind, may I touch you, each of you?
Of course.
Then I grant this to you. He raises his hands, holding a pair of fingers up, touches himself on the forehead, and draws a line directly to your forehead first, Zarya, and you are going to see a flash of silver light appears in the center of your forehead like a third eye for a moment. And you'll feel this electric chill over your body. Not a negative feeling, a flash of... It almost feels like the physical sensation of deja vu. And slowly he will walk and just give each of you that allows him to touch you
I mean, Zarya did it, so now I need to feel that.
darling,
Like, that looks cool. Like,
and he will
let's
wander
press that
over to
button.
Sabina and will go to touch you, if you'll allow it.
She'll kind of flinch away at first, but then sort of stop and try to go forward a little bit.
Okay. And he will reach up to touch Velas on the head, and Velas will take a lean back and, sorry, I'm lapsed. Of course then. Here, little one. And we'll give it to Dax instead. Each of you receives a mote of possibility.
Oh.
You are imbued with a mote of potential change, an alternate reality, an alternate eventuality for a situation. Anytime within the next 24 hours, you may use your reaction to spend that and re-roll a failed d20 on a save or attack. You have to have your reaction to do it. But you may do it.
Whoops. Ah. Neat.
oh wow! So we get like multiversal insight.
Yep,
For
it basically
one
is.
reaction.
It is basically you spend that to rewind time for a quarter of a second.
It's just like I don't like this. I don't like 616. We're going with 836.
Exactly. Yeah. 619.
Yeah. Damn, that one's fine.
Whoa!
Thank you. I myself believe that prayer is more powerful when multiple gods are spoken to.
Oh,
So
well,
this
it's a
is-
good thing you have the.
You have the what?
We're here to find our uncle.
Well, I hope that he's not caught in the recent unfortunate events that have struck the city. That have always been striking the city, if we're being fair. If you're looking for him, I would check the infirmary, or if not there, the crematorium. At the very least, your services might be good there, priestess.
I was thinking about going there just to have a look. Thank you.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't think we got your name.
Oh, very rude of me.
As of us, we didn't introduce ourselves either.
I'm Callum. Callum Talarin.
I'm
Oh,
Dorlin,
my name's-
Dorlin Wildrock, or ex-Professor Dorlin Wildrock. The X
I'm
stands for
Zaya.
extraordinary.
Valis Tassaharan. I see. Well, if you are headed toward the other areas, the old temple is in the corner on the far western wall, and well, you can see where the crematorium is from here. Just look up.
Mm-hmm. Follow the smoke, I suppose. Thank you.
Callum, are you
Yes.
familiar with who was worshipped at that old temple?
Well, it's been quite a while, but it was I know that there's a mural inside. One of the feminine gods, for sure. But it's been in disrepair for well more than my 300 years. You're welcome to take a peek, though. It's mostly a garden now.
Well, that also sounds lovely. I'd like to take a look just to see. What do you think?
Yes, it's been a while since I've been in a garden.
That could be nice. Can people take what grows there?
You'll have to talk to the gardener about that.
I could
Oh,
use some
there's a
more herbs. I
gardener.
might be able to
Mhm.
make us some potions.
It's one of the only places that we can actually get fresh vegetables and food. There's
that kind of garden.
well, there are other things too. There's a druid that works there, or at least that's what I think he is. Big type, furbog. Pleasant enough.
Furbog. What's a
Hey.
furbog?
It's like a hobgoblin, but bigger and with a more equine nose. Or bovine nose, wide set, kind of like a cow's, but not quite.
That sounds
I don't think
wonderful.
I've met
Thank
a
you so much,
furbog.
Callum.
You're very welcome, Zarya.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
May its light shine upon you. And you.
Have you met Dermot?
I have not.
If you see a little goblin, in some, actually it's pretty nice armor. I think you and him would like to talk. He's a follower of the Luxon.
He is.
Then if you see him before me, please send him my way. I would be happy to speak with him.
He's nice. If you see a goblin you don't recognize come up here, don't give him the angry eyes.
Why? Oh, if he was wearing a symbol of the Luxon, I would see no reason not to embrace him with open arms.
Thank you again, Callum. We're going to go to the gardens, I think.
You're very welcome. Be well.
And you as well.
Okay.
Phallus,
Yes. What can I do for you?
what did you mean by your... What did you say to him?
I don't like being touched unless I'm asking for it.
Okay. If you're unconscious and need help,
You can touch
can
me.
I help you?
You can touch me just fine, darling.
Okay. No, just want to make sure if you don't like it, like...
It's
Okay.
fine, Dorlin. It's fine.
No, and that's fine. I just want to know now that I know you
I'm
don't
not
like.
a huge fan of the Luxon, okay?
Oh, that's fine too. I just
It's
that's
I'm-
fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Let's go to the garden.
everything's fine. It's fine. He gives you that look that's like the kind of like Joker grimace where it's just like you can tell that it hurts to do it. Everything's fine.
Right.
I don't. Yes. Is it though? To the garden.
To the garden.
Seriously, he's getting nosier by the day, Sabina.
I think it's when people travel together, they become friends, and I think they care about you. I know it's awful, and I don't like it either, but
Not trying to get mad at you. I just don't like the Luxon. I've got it.
Oh, I don't think you're mad at me.
Okay.
I just want to make sure I didn't do something that you didn't want. And now I know why.
Your weird alchemy is fine by me.
Right. Shall we head over to the garden? And the
Sabina's gonna
temple.
hop on Dax.
All right. Now, what you see in front of you is a spiral-shaped temple. And to say it's in disrepair is, well, to really bury the lead on that. Glass crunches underfoot amid overgrown weeds. Collapsed walls have been replaced with rows of wooden shelves that hold earthenware pots. Numerous alcoves are being used as planters for stubborn flora. And just outside the far end of the enclosure, a smashed mosaic of stained glass sits in a splintered window frame. Next to a withered skeletal tree.
Oh. What happened here? So lost. I'm gonna go look and see if I can kind of piece together what this might have been used for, whom this temple might have been devoted to.
Absolutely. What I'd like you to do is give me a religion check using intelligence. Sorry.
On my way in, can I cast?
No, it usually is. It is. I was like, oh man, if I have like less than okay. No, it usually is.
I don't want to catch anybody, but can I cast Entangle to like create a mat of vines over where all the glass is so Dax doesn't cut his feet?
Absolutely.
Cool.
21 on that religion
Really?
check.
I'm so proud
Yeah, I
of you.
rolled a 16 and I get a +5 anyway because I do have it and I have intelligence +2, so 21. Thank you.
Nice.
It's not actually wisdom, or else it would have been better. But anyway.
Fantastic. So it's going to take you a couple of minutes, but you can actually piece together the mosaic and kind of push it up. And in fact, yes, it once depicted a woman's face on a golden disc. Avandra, the Changebringer. It's actually quite lovely. Very faded. Sun-bleached. Well, more kind of like wind-eroded than sun-bleached because it is Bazzoxan. But it's definitely classic. Like this is thousands of years old. You're looking at like old like Cretan murals, like that type of thing. And easily you're gonna watch these vines behind you start to entangle and knot themselves over each other, like netting together, as if a swarm of serpents just kind of easy to walk on. Moving inside, what do you do? Do you go and
I want to look at the tree.
Sure. Taking a step inside, you can see that moving among the temple is a quite tall creature. if none of you have seen a furbug before, they're giantkin. They are taller than a normal human, usually between like 7 and 9 feet tall. Broad nose rimmed with a pink tip. This one has kind of grayish blue skin and this chin beard that juts out at a nice curly brown.
Hello?
Oh, yeah? How can I help you? Hi there.
Hello, I'm Sabina, this is Zaria, and this is Dorlin, and this
Hello.
is Dax, and this is Valis.
Hi, Dax. Hi, Valis. Nice to meet you.
We just came to look at your temple.
Oh, well, it's not my temple, but it's my garden. You're welcome to be here, though, folks.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. What can we call you?
Well, I'm Foghome. This is my garden here. Yeah. Whatever y'all need to be here. Whatever y'all need. If you're hungry, we got tomatoes on the vine over there. We got potatoes, got peppers, got spicy peppers for those of y'all who really like spicy peppers. There are quite a few in town.
Ooh,
To be
I
fair,
love
Sounds
spice.
lovely.
do you? Well, I got Reapers. I got Carolina. Well, I got. I don't know why they're called that. Maybe someone named Carolina's real spicy. But
I think they were discovered by someone named Tasha.
well, I've got Tasha's hideous habaneros over here.
I've always wanted to try those. How did you get them to grow?
I got a not green, but I got a green thumb.
Do you know how rare these are?
Yeah. Well, I brought the seeds here myself, actually. I mean, yeah, that's probably why Taskhand Thalis allows me to work out of here. Well, ask me to.
Can I try one?
Oh, sir, I don't. Unless you are magically fortified, I think I would be mortified, and you might be putrefied if you eat one of them things. If you were a dwarf, maybe them dwarves got stomachs like cast iron skillets. But you're giving me them puppy dog eyes.
No. That's. I think you were underestimating my constitution,
Sir.
I am.
Okay. Just an immature one, though. Until you survive it, I don't want you to have the end of your life.
Is that this one?
No, sure, that's a mature one. You probably don't want to.
Yoink.
Okay, please make me a Constitution save with disadvantage.
All right.
Us
I'm so
tieflings are known for being able to tolerate spicy things. Can I try one as well?
Okay, my roll was a
Yes, you may.
7, which
Yeah.
gives me 13 with
Okay,
disadvantage.
you are going to eat it. It's gonna be fine.
Oh no.
Then your throat's gonna close over,
Oh no.
and you're gonna fall over and go into basically. Let me just remind the time I had a 10 million Scoville pepper. So your throat's gonna close.
Today I learned.
Your throat's going to close over. You're going to get a t-shirt at the end of it that says you survived it, though. That's going to be good. Your throat's going to close over. You're going to get cold sweats and
Remember
then
me at
hot
the anime
sweats.
convention? Remember me at the anime convention when
Where
you
you
did that
threw up
food
afterwards?
thing?
Yeah. So
Oh,
Dorlin, it's gonna
yeah.
Worse than that.
all of the capillaries in your cheeks are going to burst, and steam and sweat are going to start shooting out of your ears.
Somebody write this down.
Is what you think you say, but in reality, what you say is. Let's see. Here, just don't ask, just drink it. And he's gonna hand you a vial of white liquid. Oh. Just pour it in your mouth.
I had to savor the experience
Can you make me another Constitution save with disadvantage?
for science.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, nice. With disadvantage, 22.
Perfect. That liquid is going to coat your mouth like wax and stop the burn. It's gonna hurt. You are going to be at disadvantage on all charisma-based saves for the next hour because talking at all is going to hurt.
Oh, that was an experience. I can't wait to try it again.
I wouldn't unless you had another vial of spider milk on hand.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe spider milk.
Yeah, this is what I gave you. Spider milk. It's a special mixture from some of the spiders we milk around the way. Oh God, you're not allergic to spiders, are you?
Oh.
You seem like you're okay.
Why?
He's seen worse.
Yes, and he will in the future, so
It's because there's always some foolhardy person coming here trying to pop a pepper in their mouth to prove they're big macho. Or for doing it for some other reason. But,
I don't care about that. It's the experience.
I saw... Was that you that put that mural back together over there?
Oh, yes. I was actually going to ask you, this Temple of Evandra, how long has it been dilapidated? And what happened here?
For quite some time. I think it just fell out of favor. I mean, Evandra ain't got really... The Changebringer's good and all, but I don't think she's really bringing much to the Bazzoxan efforts. I mean, myself, I follow the Wild Mother, Melora. And praise Melora. And... Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, I hope to honor both deities by taking, you know, taking all this death and violence that's all around us here at Bazzoxan and using my powers and my know-how with vegetation to create life and to give back, because, you know, a soldier can protect, but he can't do it if he ain't got nothing in his belly.
That does make sense.
So yeah,
That does make sense.
Very honorable of
Good.
Mhm.
Good work.
what are you folks here for? You gotta...
The garden.
Oh,
We're doing some research on temples in the area, and
Mhm.
well,
this is one we'd heard about.
that's the weirdest thing. You know, I had a dream the other night. Well,
Alex and Ian.
do you want some elixir?
No, he's trying to say Elixion. There was a fellow in an old folk story called Elixion,
Oh yeah.
and
Prayed
his
3
name around.
times.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's getting... And you're here researching that. Does it have anything to do with Betrayer's Rise?
Possibly.
Potentially. That's kind of the lead we've gotten so far, but we like to explore different leads.
So, I was meditating the other night, and I felt something surge to the earth nearby. This warm and kind of kindly presence. Kind of reminded me of the prime deities. Now, Betrayer's Rise is an interesting place. Gives off all these weird heebies, you know? All these weird kind of vibes into the air. And, but it kind of... I got this sense, and I kind of interpret it as a sign that there's some relic or echo of the calamity that's awakened in their eyes. My eyes get these visions sometimes. That's weird.
A relic that's awakened in the rise.
Yeah,
That doesn't sound good.
actually.
It depends on the nature of the relic, I suppose.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it would.
Could go either way.
It was a very
We should
distinct
go
vibe.
look at it.
Oh, you be
And
careful.
you said it sounded. You said it was a good vibe though with the prime deities, right?
It's kind of weird. I'm kind of getting a weird. This is not to be weird or anything, but I'm kind of getting a similar vibe off y'all. In particular, priestess, kind of off you.
Hmm.
When did you start feeling this?
Was when I was meditating last night. Well, I usually do it in the evening. It's getting pretty close to dusk right about now.
Mhm.
Y'all want to join me?
Love to.
Sure.
Do you want some more spider milk?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. I got, yeah, here you go. And he'll pull out another vial and hand it to you.
I think I'm not gonna talk much for a little while.
Yeah, but
That sounds good.
if you join me, we can reach out to Melora together and see if she can guide us to any answers.
All right.
Before we do, may I ask the tree over there? Like you said, you have such a green thumb. What happened there?
Oh, it's a great question. 1 second, please, while I check.
Sorry.
That's okay. Did they tell me about that? Hold on. Okay. I think I know enough to wing it. 1 second. Oh, that? Well, unfortunately, it just ain't a blooming flower tree. It's a bit too close to Betrayer's Rise. I mean, I use almost all my power to keep the rest of the vegetation up and running around here. But to be honest, keeping a whole heap of tomatoes nice and healthy, or a whole row of potatoes, is a little more important to the effort here than, unfortunately, keeping that tree up and running.
Very understandable.
Yeah, it's too bad. It used to be quite pretty. Unfortunately, it's long gone. It was before I got here.
Can I, like, reach to a branch or touch a section of it and just have, like, a flower bloom off of it with Druidcraft?
Sure.
I don't know if it was, because if it's, like, magically dead, then I would presume not. But if it's, like,
What you can do
well,
is
it's just...
make me an Arcana roll.
Okay.
Or a nature roll, whatever you prefer.
I will see which one is better. My Arcana is +1. My nature is +1.
Nice. I believe in
Can
you.
do intelligence super
You
well.
got this.
That's a 5.
Oh.
Nice.
So no.
So yeah, it'll start to bloom, and then it will just wither on the vine as soon as you. It's just yeah, that's unfortunate. This area is pretty bad. I'm gonna spend this something good happens. It's gonna wither, oh, that's a pretty necklace you got there. He's gonna glance over, and Zarya, from your kneeling and praying and things, it's going to have popped out.
It's gonna shift.
Well, you have a
Amazing.
very low cut shirt, so it makes sense.
Yes. It's probably kind of in the middle. Oh, thank you. It's
Sorry,
Can I?
I don't think that's a safe place for it.
I mean,
guess
it seems
not.
pretty safe. I don't mean to be rude. Can I take a look at that for a sec?
Yes, I think this is what you were feeling, and I sense that you have good intentions.
Well, I try. He'll just kind of reach forward and take a look at it for a second.
So, how come we're not looking for our uncle right now?
This is
Sabina has like tensed and is still in that kind of like relaxed stance, but in that way of like judo people are relaxed.
You'll also hear that samurai movie kind of chink, like sword thing over by Valles. Just the whole like, got my thumb on it.
Exactly.
There's also like 4 of us, and one of them presumably. So
Yeah. He's gonna
not
take a look
super-
at it, flip it in his hand,
She's
and There's... This is... He'll set it back down against you.
Thank you.
There's 3 fragments of divine power in there. Only one of them's awake, though. The other 2 are... The other 2 are asleep. They're in a deep slumber. But that is the vibe that I was getting. I don't know how, but that thing's connected to Betrayer's Rise. Maybe whatever's inside of there will wake the other ones up.
Is that a good thing? Would that bring about another cataclysm?
I don't think so. The cataclysm wasn't brought by any necklace. You know, even the vestiges weren't powerful enough from that. They were weapons and hangovers from the calamity. I mean, the calamity was. I mean, you'd have to be gods to do that. It gives you like a real suspicious look for a second. You ain't gods in disguise, is you?
No,
All right.
A very suspicious.
Because you have to
look
tell me if
back.
you're a god. That's in the rules.
Otherwise,
would
it's
tell you.
entrapment.
But
I'm
who
just kidding.
makes the rules?
Melora lacks a joke occasionally. But tell you what, if you want to join me in meditation, we can see if we can learn anything more from this.
I think that sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
That's yeah.
That should be wearing
There's
off.
not
on
any
it.
talking, right? Meditation.
Unless he has a
Yeah,
particularly poor constitution. I'm not sure.
Well, spider milk ain't for everyone.
Sabina kind of leans to Zarya and is like, "Is meditation the part where you sit quietly?"
Yes. Dolan's gonna have a really hard time, but you know what? We'll get through it.
I think I'll manage this time.
Casts Entangle, holds him still, and covers his mouth.
Perfect.
Not actually.
So
He'll start
But
hiccuping.
considers it briefly.
Start hiccuping.
So he'll pull up a space on the ground and drop down to his knees into a meditative stance. And
Oh, right here. All right.
of course, where else are you gonna touch into the power of Melora except for right in the middle of it? This is all Melora's land.
Oh, that makes sense.
So
So Sabina will sit down like cross-legged, and Dax will like full cat loaf.
Oh.
So, do it however you see fit, but the trick of this is just close your eyes and reach out to the divine. The trick about meditating is to not think about anything. To not think about anything at all. Those thoughts you're having right now, it's okay. Let them pass through you. Let the thoughts crash over the rocks of your mind until the stream goes still. Just listen to the sound of the wind, the sound of my voice, and listen to Melora. And as you are doing that, those of you with like rapid firing brains, you are not going to think it's going to work. You're going to think, I can't meditate. I'm having too many thoughts. I'm thinking right now about 3 different ways to make that prosthetic leg I just saw. Also, my mouth is on fire. God, this hurts. And then eventually, you realize you're not thinking about anything except for the hum of the air. The hum of the ground and the thrumming of your heart. But even then, that fades into the background like someone slowly turning down the dial on a record player with an old jazz album, crooning into the darkness. And it's then that you see a young man curls plastered to his brow by sweat, sinking to his knees in the garden. His eyes betray a lack of sleep, and despite the softness of his features, he looks like he has experienced more pain than any one person should bear. They're counting on me. They need me. I'm exhausted and frightened. What do I do? Please. Please tell me. What do I do? The moons race across the sky, soon replaced by the angry red sun that rises before a fateful battle. 5 silhouettes approach the temple, and one claps the kneeling figure on the back. Their voices are muffled as if coming at you through water, but you see them embrace, standing strong before marching off to war. And as you see this vision flash before your eyes, you get a sense of weightlessness, a sense of floating, of swirling in dense, thick water. And suddenly, it all fades to black. And the last thing you'll hear is, "Hey, y'all okay? Hey, wake up! Wake up!" And that's where we're gonna go game for tonight. So, haha!
Nice. Oh.
Curse you, Elixian. Elixir.
Why are you cursing him?
Oh my gosh, I got
I
it
know.
right. I have to get her.
It's like,
You're very cute.
I'm trying.
That's
I'm trying.
All right, so folks, that's going to be it for this episode of Call of the Netherdeep. We'll be back next week, assuming the world doesn't explode, as it has been for a while. Yeah, really hope that you had a great night tonight. And any last words from y'all before we head out?
Oh, that was awesome.
You had fun?
It was lots of fun.
It's going to be
Thank you
great.
for running it.
You're very
Excited
welcome.
to have
Yeah.
Robin back
Fantastic.
next week.
And
Continue. Go ahead.
Feels like it's all coming together, so I'm gonna jump in there.
Understand.
Oh, God.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
Dun,
that was
dun.
on
All right.
point.
That was on point. Good job, Robin. All right, so folks, that's going to be it for us tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in to Call of the Netherdeep here on Dork Tales. If you like what we do here, feel free to give us reviews if you're listening on podcast, which should be up very shortly. It's a little bit behind, but I'm very sorry about that. It's been a busy couple weeks, and I know I missed something. If you're watching on Twitch, give us a follow or a sub if you are so generous, and subscribe if you're on YouTube, because it always helps. Also, a quick shout out to our patrons at patreon.com/dorktales. My divine producer, DM Michael Gray, my demonic producer, Soul Omen and Precarious, and my princes of the Patreon, Aeolus, Cubby Gummy, Buddy, as well as Trizelta, Amberthist, and Aeolus the Forever Cleric. You're all amazing, and Patreon is what actually keeps the stream going and helps us be able to do this as many nights a week as we can, and to do things with the art quality and all of the great stuff that we do here. If you'd like to join them, get your name at the end of episodes, and get exclusive content that nobody else gets for quite a while, go to patreon.com/dorktales.
So good.
Some of it's really good, like the new trailer for the new game is
So good.
it
Ellie did such a good job.
I faked an existing trailer. It was great. But thank you so much. Please check it out if you haven't already. And if you have not, join our Discord, because it's totally free and it's hopping. We'd love to have you there. So we'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.